is the On Call Podcast. Your home for sports, news, pop culture, tech, and the obscure. And of course, your host, Michael Myers.
Cameras like I did when I was 9, 'cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple 'cause it feels like a lie. We play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, 'cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes.
Welcome. This is another fabulous episode of the On Call Podcast. We are so fucking late. I blame it on the rock-looking wannabe in the back.
Oh no, it was Mike over here.
I just blame wives, honestly. Just blame the wives. They want to. They're doing shirts.
The best looking guy in the room over here.
Well, we're not. I'm not blaming me. So, me and Zach have been doing picks for the last 4 weeks. So this is week 5. You did say the Rams. I said the Rams. Clearly, it's 9:45. Obviously, people are going to have to take our word for it.
Oh, they're losing, so 7-3.
Yeah, it's even better. Even better. Now, for people who didn't pay attention, I beat the shit out of Zach here. I was 14-2 last week. He was 9-7.
I blame the hand, foot, mouth.
I wasn't even going to talk to people about it. My son gave him a disease.
Oh. Thought you were blank on your own kid's name for a second.
You're going to throw it up on the one chip challenge. I would have done that.
Oh, yeah.
You weren't in the right mindset.
Yeah. Broke me for a full week.
Yeah, you're still feeling the effects of it.
Watch the video. You could. I mean, it would have.
Yeah. It's hot.
So, they're at half now. It makes it a little easier to pick the picks and not watch the game. Although, I was surprised at how much debating we've done over the past hour and a half of college sports, new Bears quarterback, Alabama's coaching, Ohio State's quarterbacks, because they've a history of getting drafted, and Alabama's quarterbacks, they all have a history of getting drafted, but not a great history of success in the league.
Or even starting.
Listen, Tua's starting when he's not hurting.
Well, everyone.
But he sat for the.
Well, everyone starts early for a couple years, and then you have to prove whether you're going to keep your job or not anymore in today's NFL.
Burrow was day one starter, his number 1 pick last year.
He's good.
Yeah, but Burrows is good. Burrows is probably. I would put him higher on my list than Tua, Fields.
Listen, you bite your fucking tongue. Maybe the last time you come on.
Only because he doesn't rely on his legs too much. He relies on his vision and understanding of the defense and what coverage they're trying to run to throw an open.
Justin Fields is the most accurate throwing quarterback in all of the NCAA.
And doesn't use his legs at all to kind of.
I didn't say he doesn't use them at all.
Play so that he can.
Burrow is athletic, and he extended plays with his legs. Trevor Lawrence extended plays with his legs.
Much as those three. In college, if you look
Oh,
at it,
well, yeah.
that way. Which I'm
I think you're talking out your ass right
No,
now.
because I'm more college than you can ask my wife. I watched
And wrong on both.
football at 9 a.m. in the morning until last game kicks off every Saturday. So I'm surprised she
Long
talked me
Saturday.
into. I'm surprised she talked me into going to a Pumpkin Fest this Saturday, especially at around 12 when the Florida Gator games is kicking off.
We'll find out when that is because we were going to join each other.
I know.
Yeah, well, it turns
I was
out
informed.
no, baby mama drama stuff. She wants Savannah for a fitting.
Okay, so hey, that's cool because now I can
Cool for you.
Now I can watch college football.
She can never plan anything on her own weekend. Anyway, we picked the Rams. Game 2 is the Dolphins at Bucks. Oh, sorry, no, Jets at Falcons. Falcons 3-point favorites.
Ooh, and Calvin Ridley out now. Not traveling with the team. But still the Falcons.
We're in New York.
In London.
Nope. It's in London. It's a 9 a.m. game.
London game.
I'm taking the Jets.
I would go Falcons.
Hey, but you're the big Gator fan. It's time for Pitts to put up or shut up. No Ridley, no Gage.
Because the coach still isn't going to use him to his full advantage.
He hasn't done
Who's he
shit
gonna
yet, has
use? He's going to use... If he doesn't use
You
Pitts...
have to put him in mismatches. Like
Right.
he's a tight end as a wide receiver. You
Yeah.
got to put him up against a linebacker.
Every play he
Or
runs
a
should be a
safety.
mismatch.
Well, he's going to get the team's top corner next week because they don't have Ridley or Gage. So it's going to be him, Olumide,
Even
Zacchaeus.
against Tampa Bay, you saw the catch radius of it. It was so behind, but he still was able to grab it and then get the first down. Too.
So why is he
Late in
not
the game,
dominating?
didn't-
That's the point. Like,
He's a rookie. He takes some time.
Some of it is good.
He's less
coaching.
physically imposing against NFL players than he was
That's
against
probably
college
true.
players. That takes some growing pain. You got to have more technique.
Wingspan doesn't change though, and he still has.
It,
one of
the corner's
strongest-
wingspan does.
that's true. And their reaction time.
The corner and linebacker, their
but
wingspans
then
change
your
and they
coach
get
isn't putting him
faster.
up against the linebacker and safeties as he should
Yeah,
be.
but the
doing.
linebacker-
even what Dan Mullen did at Florida with him, or he wouldn't have been that great because Florida still did have.
Well, how many NFL
what
linebackers
number-
did he play that covered him in a season?
put him in
Th-
mismatches all the
two?
time.
No, but I know. But how many of those guys make it to the league and then become
Yeah. So
NFL
well,
linebackers?
Not much.
any
Right. So it just takes a little more experience because those
A
linebackers
to- a
that
top-
are guarding him now are better.
a top 5 tight end in college
Well,
is
and he's-
going to rape Middle Tennessee State's.
And Pitt's what, 20? He's having like 27-year-old men. 28, 29-year-old, like I'm 27, but I'm not a man. Like these 27-year-old middle linebackers who've
I'm not
been in the
li-
league
yeah,
for
I
5
don't live in the
years.
gym. I'm not doing all that shit.
Deadlifting, squatting,
Yeah.
400-something pounds.
So just a little bit of growing pains. He'll be great though. I mean he's already doing better now. I think he had like 50 yards last week, so I mean, he's gonna get better. It's just your technique has to change because Reggie Bush. If you
What's his
remember,
blocking like? I haven't watched his blocking.
he should never block.
No, he's not
even if
blocking. He's not
even
a
if he's
blocking
good at
tight
it,
end.
he shouldn't block. He's too good at catching.
But that's where the
It's a
big
waste.
mismatches happen is like
Well,
12
no, you'll
personnel.
put him on
That's
a
where
line
Kelsey
too.
does it. Double tight end
You'll
sets.
put him on a line and then like
Well, Kelsey can't block either.
rub.
He's not
like,
shitty, but look at Kittle. 12 personnel.
Yeah, and Kittle's a great blocker. Gronk is a great blocker,
Hits is your
but it's
spread.
rare.
It's more of your spread offense, and that's why I said they're not really using him.
That's really relying on like a specialized set.
I mean,
You can put him on the end of a line and get a little rub, help out a tackle.
tight ends don't
help
block
out
much
a-
anymore in today's NFL, unless you're going 2 tight ends, and not very many teams do that.
Unless you're the
They're
Bears.
going heavy.
The Pats love it.
Yeah, that's what Gronk's success started as.
Him and Aaron Hernandez, they would murder a defense together.
Double murders, yep. Speaking of Gronk and the double murders, Dolphins at Bucks.
The battle for Florida.
I don't think
Bucks.
The battle for
Whoa. Is it even a debate?
it's the battle for South Florida, you guys.
yeah.
It's the
first
Bucks,
of all,
though.
Stu is not even. Is he back yet?
No.
He's not even back. Who's their
I
quarterback?
is he
Brisket.
ever gonna be back?
Kelly Brissett.
Is Tua coming back?
Did you guys see Will Fuller broke his finger? So he's injured again.
He's always injured.
He's either hurt or
His
doing
whole time in
tranquilizers.
Houston
A
fucking
finger
hurt.
organ?
Yeah.
Pierre Paul's playing without a hand, or what?
Well, one
Yeah.
catches the ball, one hits people.
Playing wide receiver, it's rough.
Oh wow.
But Will Fuller, his whole career, even when he was elite speed guy for Houston for years, just like hammy,
He hasn't been healthy
ankle.
since Notre Dame.
a clean sweep, Bucks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Eagles at Panthers. Panthers 3.5 point favorite. I'm taking Carolina. You took Eagles?
I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
I think Sammy Donald's going to extend his lead in the
It's
Ray Bradshaw called
It's
Sam Darnold Carolina's best quarterback in history. I think Bradshaw came out.
He
with
did
that.
say that.
I mean, it's him or what? Jake
So,
DeLone.
I mean, it's
Cam Newton, who was an MVP.
Cam for a year. I forgot about Cam.
Cam was 5 years.
But I mean, Cam for a year.
But he had one elite year, yeah.
I meant like Cam for a year of like being
Truly
like,
a flash
so
in the
amazing.
pan that he wasn't.
The year he won MVP, he was unreal.
Yeah. But typically he's like a 55% completion percentage. Shitty reads.
Carolina, McCaffrey's supposed to be back. I'm not sure I want to take Philly.
Already?
Yeah, he's supposed to be back this week. And if he's back, their defense is so bad on stopping the run and passing, they're not going to stop McCaffrey.
I'm gonna go as the underdog of the week, and I'm taking
Philly?
Philly. I'm gonna say.
I like it. I like it.
As an upset. Who knows?
You gotta hope Gil.
because they have to be the underdog.
Gotta hope they don't just slap Gilmore and say, "Go, you're on
They're not
Devonta
home, right?
all
So
game."
You won't have that booing fans, especially that has to ruin a team's momentum or
Is-
anything going into it.
Is Stephon Gilmore gonna be eligible to play? No,
Week 7.
He's on the pup list. I forgot. I was saying because otherwise you just like slap him on Devonta Smith and just say follow him. You don't need to know coverages. You got him.
You know, they were talking.
Just listen.
I listened to the Pat McAfee show.
Did you hear?
He's wrong on a lot of shit, and that's one of the things. Like, you can't in a trade, you can't change the pup rules.
Right.
You're unavailable. You're unavailable.
Right, and he's probably not ready anyway. Do you know the corner they just traded for, C.J. Henderson? They said they were shouting coverages to him on the sidelines.
Really?
They were like, "He's a zone. It's a soft zone to get the bottom." Or they were like, "You got number 11." Like, they were yelling to him, and he was like standing there looking because he didn't know the offensive playbooks yet. But he was still so much better than any of their corners. Like, we'll just yell at you to go grab.
I mean, if it works, it works. No fault on that.
So he's gonna get better. C.J. Henderson will, obviously, because he'll learn the plays, and that'll make things easier.
Next one we got
That's a tough one.
Saints. You already took Philly. Colin Cowherd, I think he has a thing against Philly, and I don't think he has any faith that Jalen Hurts will be anything. Every time anything happens, it's just like whoever
He looks okay.
whoever they play. Cowherd's just like, well, I believe in this quarterback, but not who they played in Jalen Hurts. It's like, man, you really.
And Jalen Hurts is almost,
What do you
at
see?
least to season standards right now, is
Now
close
that
to Sam Darnold.
now there's rumors that the Eagles are going to get a top 10 pick, take a QB, and then
1,167
trade Hurts, and they were like, maybe Pittsburgh will get him. And I'm like, we're getting tied to every quarterback who's not like locked in.
I would take Hurts over Big Ben.
Yeah. Yep.
Who wouldn't have taken him over Jacoby?
Wait,
Two glove Teddy.
we're talking about who Pittsburgh would
Who I
take?
wouldn't take over Big Ben.
I would rather have Bridgewater than Roethlisberger right now.
Two glove Teddy.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
It's done.
No, I mean, over Teddy Bridgewater though, you're opening up a whole.
he's. I mean, he
I
was.
said I'd take Teddy over Ben.
I know.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad pick. It's just,
Second in the NFL, and
it's just his
default
injury
percentage.
status. Like I just.
I mean,
Any mobile quarterback is.
any quarterback can get hurt.
It's like picking up Tyrod.
Way, really.
You can't pick up Tyrod right now because even the trainers come out to try to fucking stab him.
Yikes.
The 2-point favorite Saints at Washington.
Washington. I think their defense gets it together this week. They've been rough, but I'm not buying this Saints offense.
I'm taking crab leg Winston.
I know that's where I'm feeling, just because Washington kind of snuck out on a. What is that, or was it a call again? Last week.
So you're taking Hurricane New Orleans?
Falcons actually probably should have won that game. Right? Wasn't that a controversial call at the end for Washington at their home field to win 34 to 30?
I forget. I can never find myself rooting for Atlanta. I don't know what it is. I just feel like
I hope they actually.
every game is like, Atlanta's gonna blow this somehow, unless they play the Bears, in which case Matt Ryan will throw a 35-yard out.
But Hinkie has been.
Heineke,
whatever.
give the guy some credit. Put some respect on his motherfucking
You
name.
need to, because I just am said he was going to say he was.
I don't hate
throughout the
Heineke.
season.
Just
He
feed
wasn't the
Scary
starter at the
Terry.
beginning,
and
right?
move
He
on.
wasn't the starter, so your number one starter got injured, and he got in, and 2-2 right now. So, but I'm going Atlanta.
Atlanta. It was Saints at Washington.
Oh, Saints. I'm going Saints. Sorry, I was looking at last week still. I had them on last
In his
week,
upset of the week, the team who is not in this game is going to be the winner.
right?
Mud Dog's going to win 30-27.
No, I had last. Because you're going. I don't even know what schedule are you going off of? I'm looking on ESPN.
It's the Week 5 schedule. Tennessee Titans at Jags.
Tennessee.
Tennessee is 4.5-point favorites. I'm taking Tennessee.
Jacksonville's so bad.
I bet you there's going to be
Could be close. I mean, if AJ Brown and Julio are back, it's not close.
even.
He's still questionable. I have him on fantasy.
Who?
Julio Jones. They're not-
I saw he's questionable. AJ Brown practiced though, so he should be good to go.
There are going to be so many signs in Jacksonville talking shit about Urban. I'm excited. I'm here for it. I hope they show up on the Fox News feed or the ticker, something. I hope they hit the NFL Red Zone channel.
And Julio Jones didn't even participate in Thursday's practice either. So he's not.
I don't think they need to. I think fucking Derrick Henry is just going to eat Jacksonville.
He hasn't really been producing any. For the season.
The only team that I feel like I can't bet against right now is Arizona. Jags, who you got?
Titans aren't really that good either, in my opinion.
I mean, I realize they
It's
lost to
really
the
a toss-up
Jets.
at that point, and it's a coin flip, and I'm gonna root for a Florida team over. So I'm going Jacksonville.
Yeah, you can be that guy. I'm gonna have you back every week so we can just like compare like the homer versus like the people.
Well, I mean, because at that point they're not really.
You're gonna change your Miami
I mean, if it was
Tampa
a
game
way-
to a tie.
If it was gonna be
No
a
T.
complete blowout, I get it. But I mean, Titans really aren't that good. Some of their wins came in overtime, and I get you had injured players, but
Next game. Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota 9-point favorites. If I'm going against the spread, I'm taking Detroit. I think Minnesota will win, but I don't think
It's
they'll win by
9
9.
points. That is steep. Yeah, I'll take Minnesota to win though.
I'm just
yeah,
thinking.
Minnesota over Detroit.
I'm practicing. Come 15th, man. I'll be doing my bets live. October 15th.
So what changes October 15th to go?
Sports gambling just becomes legal.
In Florida.
I didn't know that. That's what I was wondering.
I'm
Why.
stoked. FanDuel account's ready to roll because they're going to be giving all sorts of discounts between FanDuel and DraftKings and Sportsbook. There's going to be a lot of free money on the table trying to convert people. And I'm all for it.
Yes.
Not really free money.
It's usually like if you bet it, if you accept the bet and you take it, they'll give you $10 back.
Yeah.
FanDuel does a shit ton of it. Like if you do like their 10-game
They
parlay.
do a free sign up bet. Like a free sign up money. But it's just because they want you to get addicted to the winning feeling. They give
What
you a free bet.
a coffin, not a coffin corner. Pooch.
A lot of times they'll give you like a free obvious bet. Like if Tom Brady throws more than 50 yards today, it's like even money. And the whole reason they do it is so that you get addicted to that feeling of I won.
Just like why you can drink free at a
Casino.
casino.
Yeah, and they're like,
as
yeah.
long as you're playing a pretty lucrative game.
And the sportsman's like, yeah, you're
You're
one for
walking
one on
around
your
making sure Your
bets.
drinks are filled if you're off the penny slots. So of course it's.
That's one of our only sweeps thus far. Might be the Bucks and Minnesota is the only sweep so far. Broncos at Steelers. I'm taking Denver.
I almost want to, but then it's like
If I was betting, I would definitely take Denver. I guess
they're coming off a bad loss though, and I feel like
I think Patrick Surtain is gonna just eat up Ben. I feel Ben's gonna have 2 interceptions.
I'm taking Pittsburgh. I don't think that Denver's offense is going to be able to move the ball enough against our defense in this game.
I have Denver.
I don't think this shows
one of my on my fantasy.
I don't think this is going to show much about how good Pittsburgh is because I think our defense, everyone knows, is good, especially if Teddy's out and it's Drew Lock. Drew Lock's not going to be able to move the ball on our defense, but that doesn't show how good we are as a team because our defense is good.
As Melvin Gordon is just the goal is to get Melvin Gordon 250 yards rushing.
He won't.
But that's
Not
the
against our
recipe.
defense.
That's the recipe. Yeah, nothing against Devin Bush and T.J. Watt.
Yeah. That's the thing is our defense should be too much this week, but I mean, if our quarterback plays like he played last week, we'll lose. So I just don't think he played that bad again. But what do I know?
I'm expecting Cleveland Browns Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, I don't think.
Couple of rough INTs first quarter. I think it's going to just destroy Ben. You got to say a team though. And the microphone is over there, so you might want to.
I know, but what is it? Steelers and who?
Broncos.
Denver.
Denver.
You betting for Pittsburgh is really helping me out thus far, though.
It's true.
Packers at Bengals. Packers are 3-point favorites
Packers.
this time.
I really don't think the Bengals are for real.
Killing it in the AFC North, though. Tied for the lead.
No, that's true. That's true.
I'm gonna go Bengals.
I just don't think they're the team that'll come out on top of that division.
The Burrow to Chase.
No, Boyd. I need Boyd. And if Higgins back, throw to Higgins again. Come on.
Maybe the Rams aren't as good as we thought either. They just beat up on the Bears.
They beat
And they beat the Bucks. Hey.
And
They're good.
Weak-ass secondary.
They're good. They lost to a team in their division, and now they're playing another divisional game. It's just always tough when you play divisional games.
Patriots at Texans. Patriots 9-point favorites.
It's the Pats. I don't think the Pats are that good, but I think the Texans are indeed that bad. Easy analysis.
I'm with you.
I'll take Patriots.
I think Mac Jones is not the real deal, but he's really good for Belichick.
He's also a lot better than Davis Mills.
Hope it rains. Oh, the way they're at the stadium. Still. I'm with you. Pats all the way. Bears at Raiders. Raiders 5.5-point favorites.
The Raiders.
I think the Raiders are going to win. I don't think they cover.
Give me one back. You should pick the Bears.
Fine. Yeah.
Choose with
Scratch
your
it.
heart, you know what I mean? Choose with
Yeah.
your heart.
No.
Yeah, come on.
No person ever lost their ass.
Hanging up.
Fine. Yeah. I'll take Chicago. LVR for you guys. Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders. Cleveland Browns at Chargers. Chargers 1.5 favorites.
So it's a pick 'em.
Basically. I'm taking the Chargers all day. I think Herbert's the man.
Yeah, give me the Chargers.
I love watching Justin Herbert, man. He's got a rocket of a fucking arm.
The Browns to be better though. They have all the athletes and a.
Baker's not that good.
I think he's overrated.
But
Yeah.
I mean, as a Steelers
but
fan,
you
like
still
if
have a running back, you have wide receivers.
No,
that
they are
he has
loaded.
To be able to throw to, and
No.
they should be a lot better. Than
And that's
what
the thing
they
is,
are.
he-
So it's like I keep on
because of how good-
rooting for him and it's,
because of how good Chubb and Hunt and Odell and Jarvis
They should be a
and their
15-2
offensive line
team.
and their defense, as good as they all are, like it makes Baker look okay. But I think he's actually bad. I think he's holding him
commercials. I
back.
get you. He's doing too many commercials.
I like the commercials though.
No.
He's a better actor than he is a quarterback.
Like that, I think he's holding the team back. I think if they had like when Tom was a free agent, I was so petrified that he was going to go to Cleveland. Because like if you gave Tom Brady, Odell, and Jarvis and that good offensive line and Chubb and Hunt, they'd be terrifying.
You have,
Yeah.
and you're gonna put him on. Okay, fair enough.
Bears love, baby. Bears love. Who'd you pick? You going Chargers or you going Browns?
I'm gonna go Browns. Where are they playing?
It's a pick 'em. It's half a point.
They're playing at Los Angeles.
I'm still gonna go Browns. I want them to be better.
It's like you want to be the laughingstock next week.
Hey, that's all right.
Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys 7-point favorites. I'll go Dallas, but I don't think they'll cover. I think Danny Jones is gonna fucking surprise people.
Sean Jackson.
Use Tony like they did the previous week. And
How can he be 40 years old and still the fastest guy in the field?
It's the Giants Cowboys. What was the spread?
It's 7 for the Cowboys.
7?
Spreads.
I still don't think I've taken.
Look how good that
Jones
looks.
in my fantasy league. I know that already.
I thought Deshaun Jackson was fucking retired. And then the last 2 weeks, he's got these 2 bomb-ass plays. What you got?
Yeah, I'll take Dallas.
Do you think with the spread?
Do I think with the spread? Oh, do I think of the 1 by 7? I wouldn't bet. I would not bet that comfortably. I think they could win.
I'm going Giants.
That's a game I would stay away from on the
my
betting
wife's
market.
a Giants fan, and I'm picking the Giants.
Because I think the Cowboys could win big, and I think it could be like a 3-point game. I think the Giants could win. I wouldn't touch that game.
I think Danny Jones he loves to surprise people.
And Dallas's defense is so
Suspect.
And he can
inconsistent.
win,
I
depending
don't
on
trust
if
it.
he'll run when he needs to run.
My projection, I think Danny Jones has 80 yards plus rushing against Dallas.
Yeah, I can see that. We'll find a rushing prop for Jones. That'd be a good bet.
If it was the 15th, that's what I'd be betting on. Is those weird parlays where it's got rushing yards and Henderson's welcome back, Darrell Henderson, touchdown. 49ers at Cardinals. Cardinals 5.5-point favorites. I'm taking that all fucking day.
Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals too. Although I think Trey Lance will put up some fireworks. I think it'll be a high scoring game.
I think Trey Lance will end up being a top 12 fantasy quarterback.
Where's our
rushing?
board?
It's sitting right there.
Well, what was our week? 9?
Yeah, over under a 9 week. Yeah,
I'm
should
Trey
be.
Lance.
Was I under? I was over, wasn't I?
Yeah, I was.
You were the under.
Which I mean, this is for injury, so it.
Did he?
Yeah, he missed extra point.
Welcome to the NFL, where kicking the extra point keeps your job.
Yeah, I will say is an asterisk because this start doesn't really edge the bet if Jimmy comes back and takes his job when he's healthy.
That's fair because what is it? A calf strain?
Yeah, they said he's probably not gonna play this week, but I mean, like if he comes back,
He's
and
not.
starts,
He's already
Then
been.
Trey Lance is not the starter. I'm not gonna take a win on that bet. I'm gonna happily take the win when Deontay Johnson buries.
He's so
Allen
far.
Robinson.
At this point, I should have bet.
bet. Monster.
At this point, I should have bet Mooney for yards.
My favorite bet at the beginning of the season, by the way, has already almost cashed.
The Deontay's yards.
No, it was Najee Harris over 44.5 receptions. And I bet that heavily when I was in Indiana. He has 26 catches through 4 games. He's on pace for like 108 receptions. He needs 19 more catches the remaining 13 games. I think he's got it.
Bills at Chiefs. Chiefs are 2.5-point favorites.
Bills Mafia, baby.
This is the toughest game of the week.
Bills Mafia.
That's going to be a good game. These night games are good this week. This is a good game on Thursday. Sunday night game, great.
Dayball, man, he's groomed. I think the Chiefs don't turn it on until end of the season.
I'm taking Kansas City. I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. They're what? 2-2. Are they 1-3 right now? The Chiefs? No, they're
Yes.
2-2, right?
1-3. Oh. Hey Siri, what is the Kansas City Chiefs record?
The Chiefs are currently 2-2.
2-2.
That's
So-
last place in the AFC West.
Last place.
Yeah, they're in last place in their division. I just think, man, that game's gonna be fun.
I'm with you. I'm taking Kansas City.
Although it's gonna, I could easily see their team winning, obviously, but
That's the problem because, once Buffalo gets rolling in a game, their
Flash Gordon
defense.
time, man.
And even
He's
they were
back.
what, a couple points, maybe a touchdown away from even
Flash Gordon's back, you guys.
going to the.
He's gonna play for the Chiefs Sunday night.
He'll be suspended by week 9.
No, not anymore. Now that you can do weed, the weed rules are different.
And Monday night, Colts at Ravens. Ravens 7-point favorites. I'm taking Baltimore and I will take them with the spread.
Yeah.
My upset of the week, the Indianapolis Colts over the Baltimore Ravens.
All right. So, the Indy star for you. Chicago is my star for me. Raiders are 5.5-point favorites. And I guess at this point, is it the Giants game? You took the Giants. Yeah, that'd be your upset of the week. That's Giants at
He
Cowboys.
announced upset of the week earlier.
Yeah,
I had a couple of
He had
ones,
the
right? Didn't
Jags.
I picked the Jags. Like, that should be an upset, too. Like, I had a couple upsets.
That's only a 4.5-point. Giants is 7.
Okay, so, yeah, Giants would be, I guess, the upset. Which is
And
surprising.
Cincy's only 3 points underdogs against Green Bay.
That's wild. That is that tight.
Considering if Carson's not playing like shit, Indy's a good team.
Yeah.
They're out the left guard. Quentin's out. He's on IR.
Baltimore just looked awfully vulnerable against the Lions, and so I'm picking that partially hoping that. Well, I think I picked a very good week for Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure I picked against everyone in their division and picked them.
Let's see.
The Browns played the Chargers. I took the Chargers, and the Bengals play the Pack. So I picked all this.
If there's a week that Pittsburgh could gain a game,
it should be huge for Pittsburgh. If it went the way I picked it, Pittsburgh would be one game out of their division. No, I'm saying the way I picked it though. If Pittsburgh doesn't beat Denver, we're done.
all right. So let's see.
Oh, that was so close.
Going to take a little pee break because we did our picks, and that way I can mark down the time. Oh, it's not on there. I have to do it on this one. So
That's dislocated. His finger's dislocated.
okay, so we're going to take a little break. The Seahawks game's probably going to go ahead and break. Someone dislocated their finger. Whether it was it Russell?
It was Russ.
You could see it.
He's not going out of the game. So
Oh, they're gonna snap it right in place. Look at it.
of course he's a fucking man. He would probably do the Leon Lett thing and cut it off at halftime. So we'll switch to be right back. Let's put on some music here. I'll be back in a few minutes. Let's play. Half an hour.
Hey, I don't think you're there, but it's 2 a.m. I'm awoke and scared. I'm alone tonight. Yeah, I'm alone tonight. Do you still sleep with that old brown man that I won for you at our first state fair? I'm alone tonight. Yeah, I'm alone tonight. I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our minds. Let it go sometimes. Got to let it go sometimes. I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our minds. Let it go sometimes. Got to let it go sometimes. I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our minds. I know some days we all cry, but let's trust life. Let's just trust life. I know it's fair that we traveled up and down everywhere, but I'm alone tonight. Yeah, I'm alone tonight. Do you still drive that old Accord that broke down on us and was uninsured? I'm alone tonight. Yeah, I'm alone tonight. I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our minds. Let it go sometimes. Got to let it go sometimes. I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our minds. Let it go sometimes. Got to let it go sometimes. I know some days we all cry. We break down, yeah, we lose our mind. I know some days we all cry. But let's trust life. Let's just trust life. In time it all works out. It's nothing to cry about. We always have our doubts, but let's trust life. Let's just trust life. I know some days we all cry. Trust life. Let's just trust life. In time it all works out. It's nothing to cry about. We always have our doubts, but let's trust life. Let's just trust life.
Shock Laka. We're back. And during that little break, it looks like Rams scored a touchdown, pulling away. I forget what the spread was for this game. 2.5.
I think they're covering it.
Thus far, it's looking pretty close. Yeah. Now, I always have stories pulled up. We haven't really covered shit for them. So, like, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 little things going on. I'm a fucking professional. For those that don't know. Although, I think we've mentioned it. Jalen Smith went from all-pro linebacker 2 years ago. He was the number one graded pass defending linebacker in all of football in 2019. He was like all-pro second team. Cut. Like, how does that happen? I know he's only played like 54% of the snaps or something for Dallas. But why would you just cut somebody, have to pay him, and then let him play for another team?
I don't know. I just feel like we're missing part of the story that'll come out later. It has to be
That's a back
behavioral
office
or
decision.
something.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go with. Behavioral, not meshing well with back office. Because you got no good.
Because even if you're not going to start him, it doesn't make any sense to cut him. You're paying him to go play something. That's what's weird. Like, he's not been ideal this year, but he's not paying him $8 million to go play somewhere else bad either. So.
And then he signed with the fucking Packers.
Depending on how he.
Well, I meant based on his play. Based on his play on the field. So there's
personalities have to play a lot.
Right.
Into
That's what I was
meshing
saying.
with the
There's
team in the back office who they deal with a lot that is hidden from
right.
probably.
And that's why I thought it had to be something like that.
Either way.
Still
I did
shocking.
want him. I mean, I sent out tweets. Chicago didn't listen to me.
It's wild. Him and Stephon Gilmore on the same day. Just random cuts.
They're ready to get rid of Urban for getting a little feelski. Publicly apologize. Team owners pretty much castrated him right on live TV. Like,
Switch that baby to orange. Oh, no. And then the other one, Stephon Gilmore. Why do you get rid of him?
Well, they ended up getting a 6th round pick.
As in nothing.
Yeah. He wasn't going to come back. He's a free agent, but you think they could have got more than a 6th.
You would absolutely think that. And the thing about that is Carolina was on his goal places. He was born and raised in North Carolina. So there was a good chance he was going to end up there as a free agent anyway. So, like, now they didn't have to worry about the free agency bidding.
Yep.
I bet you that
No one else had to make a pitch. Or no one else got to make a pitch for him. That's the nice thing for Carolina.
So I'm thinking he gets a kind of a hometown discount because now you get to play by home for a pretty decent team. I don't think Carolina's going anywhere super successful, but they'll never suck. He's 31 though. Like, this is probably the point of negative return. Like, look what happened to Revis when he got 30. Revis Island became a pretty easy place to exploit.
Became a hot vacation spot.
And then, like you said, there's another story. Flash Gordon got signed by the Chiefs last week. He passed everything. Was it this? I guess was it this week? It was last week, right? End of last week, he got signed by the Chiefs.
Yeah, and right before. But yeah, he's gonna make his debut Sunday night. By the way, without looking it up, do you know how old he is?
29.
He's only 30. I feel like he should be older because
He's been suspended for years at a time.
He hasn't played a full season since 2013.
Yeah.
So it shows how successful, how young he was.
He was so elite. The problem is, I think his rookie season, he had like 1,400 yards and like 8 touchdowns. Like,
And apparently was drunk while doing it.
Yeah, high, yeah. So it's
He
just
said he'd shotgun a beer like before the game. What in the world? Dang.
It only took 6 players to tackle Russell Wilson. Wisconsin Badger, by the way. Wisconsin ain't known for the quarterbacks. I'll take him. I realize he played 3 years at NC State.
Hey, Wisconsin's known for their 7 foot
7'3", 4
NBA players.
Yeah,
Or,
the 300.
college basketball
Yeah,
players.
they're another 340-pound offensive lineman like the Hawkeyes, or the running backs. Melvin Gordon.
Blocked. Yep.
Look at that thing.
Pick it up.
Oh, look at a fucking athlete. Good. He can.
That's a penalty.
No, he never. Is it?
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, he did kick it. Yep. I was gonna say
He can run.
that's a fucking athlete move. That's an athlete move there, though.
I think punting it was smart to not get murdered.
You had 2 options though.
Because he became a ball carrier and they were allowed to.
Is it gonna be a redo the down then?
No.
It'll be.
They'll get it from where he kicked it. And then penalty.
He just thrown it away. He couldn't even throw it. I guess once it's kicked, he can't do anything other than run it.
Right.
Yeah, just advance it. So.
But it ended up being a fucking great punt.
He did that so he didn't get murdered. It makes sense.
Yeah, but at that point, just
You can't have your whole
yourself
sleeve.
up. Like,
You can't be inked up on a sleeve and then be like, I don't want to get hit. 68 yards. He couldn't have paid for a better punt, and it won't count. Yeah, Wisconsin Badgers, man. Hey, we got a couple starters.
Jonathan Taylor, right?
And Melvin Gordon.
That's some good old
Fans
backs.
weren't too happy last week though.
Which ones?
Wisconsin.
They suck.
They're rough.
We don't have a Russell Wilson.
Dude,
I
was
can't.
Wisconsin Monte Ball?
Oh, it was.
Yes. Monty Ball.
He was supposed to be so good. He went to Denver and did nothing.
Jonathan Taylor was a flop after his rookie season too because he led the league in 6 fumbles in the first 8 weeks he played. Yeah. We struggle with the transition from college to pro ball. It really looks that way. Did they say no? So I was right. I was right. Yeah, I listened to you guys. I was like, that's a good punt. And you guys, oh, it's a penalty.
What was the reasoning for it?
Since he was behind the line.
He stayed behind it. It just turns out that it works the same way. The same rule, I think, as a drop kick.
Yeah. So yeah.
But that was such a fucking athletic move that he picked it up spiraling.
See, even the announcers are saying it should have been a 10.
And that was Pereira, too, who was the head of officiating the league for years. Someone's going to be fined, I think, next. There's going to be an NFL rules meeting. So he's just like, man, I fucking nailed it. These fucking dumbass refs know what the fuck they're doing.
All tatted up too. Like you said.
Oh, Facebook sent me a thing since I posted on the podcast. It said, run an ad. Can't do that, man. Facebook can't even be up and running. They shut down for 5-6 hours at a clip. Facebook and Instagram.
And apps, some of the apps that.
WhatsApp that they own.
Instagram.
Oh, yeah, shit was all down, yesterday or day before?
Day before. And then even there for a day, you couldn't actually go on your photos or see who friends you had. I guess why their system was rebooted.
But the hooligans like me who thrive on Twitter and Reddit didn't even notice. We're a couple of white guys. Few white guys. 8 Mile. Lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. Right?
I love Eminem.
Yeah, well, did you go to his restaurant yet?
Is it a
Where
restaurant?
is it? Like,
It's in Detroit.
yeah,
Then
so
no.
no. I mean, we live in Florida.
It just opened. It's only been a few days.
I'll never go.
It's called Mom's Spaghetti.
I know.
Yeah, that's
He was actually serving when they first opened. He served.
I can guarantee you I'll never go.
I would go. I was just up. I literally drove on 8 Mile a month ago.
See, I'm not gonna find myself an 8 Mile ever. so I don't think I'm ever gonna.
I even
go to
took pictures. Two seals like, hey man, be rabbit.
I would try it.
The problem is,
if I was there, but I
fucking.
Right, I feel like it needs to be like, what is it, Barstool with the pizza? Like,
Oh, yeah, well,
why is there not a spaghetti taster, right?
It's true. He charges $3.50 for a fucking can of Pepsi. That's where I have a real issue.
It's in Detroit.
A very poor area of Detroit. A buck a can. You're already making $12 for a 12-pack. And if you're doing a fountain drink, you're making asshole amounts of money.
The rich want to stay rich.
It's right. Then you shouldn't build your restaurant in the poor-ass area where you're from.
Oh, that always happens. Speed limits are lower in bad neighborhoods. Why? So cops can actually get more income through speeding tickets. I have a street that's 25 by my work. 25. That is some school zones where I live. Schools, yeah. School zones can be 20 now,
Yeah.
depending on the area. Cranberry, I think, is 20, and Atwater, I think, is 20. Or Atwater's 15, I think.
Is Atwater elementary? It's middle school.
Atwater? No, Atwater's elementary. Atwater, Toledo Blade, and Cranberry are elementary. And what's the one on the other side?
Well, see, that's where I'd have an issue.
Glen Allen.
I'm all for if a high school, 35 miles an hour. You're in high school. You made it this far, you should be able to fucking look both sides of the road.
Yeah, but
A grade school, 25. Elementary, 15. Speed based on intelligence.
I think it's area. And now they're spinning up school zones in spots where I feel like shouldn't need it. Like Cranberry, it'll be like, oh, well, you got to cross this
Cranberry
bridge.
should never be less than 40.
Well, you cross this bridge, and yet they'll have a random spot that's 15. Just because it crosses a bridge onto, I think, Salford that they go to. What? Why are you having a school zone that is like 3 miles away from the school?
I will say, when I went to Ball State, it was 30 miles per hour for a little bit, directly through the center of campus.
What's Ball State? Cardinals?
Yeah. But I was like, that's too fast. If people are going to right
That's why I
through
said it
the
depends
center
on
of
the
campus.
zone. Like,
Yeah,
was
because if
it
it's a
was
tiny
like-
2-lane,
there was one lane on each side.
and
One
that's why I
lane.
said it depends on the area because like
full-blown sidewalks too,
There
right?
there was a sidewalk in the middle strip. Sidewalk, little walkway in the middle. Sidewalk, 30 miles an hour on either side. Kids are constantly crossing. We had kids get hit by a car every year. Several kids because college kids
And
just
you're-
walking.
and
30's too fast. I would go 20 and I'd feel like I was going too fast. When kids are crossing in front of you both ways, they're like, I'm gonna kill someone.
because kids don't look anymore, pay attention as much.
I mean,
as they should
yeah,
either.
right.
So
but I
we
mean, you
gotta-
shouldn't. You don't want to go 30 through the middle of campus. It felt too fast.
I do wish we would have been live during all that fucking heated debate. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Well, it's what people want to hear. Feel bad for the kids. How are kid? You
was
you
college.
call them kids? Yeah,
college.
these are fucking
Let's-
adults.
kids.
Like Tide Pods, right? Let's go back to that. Oh, little children. No, that was teenagers eating frickin' soap.
Regardless,
Okay, so
When
let's
I
put
was-
it in perspective
right.
at where it belongs.
But
Let's
when I was in
start
college, I
shoot.
was also a
Let's inject bleach too and get some UV direct.
Right, thank you. Like it. Poor Jimmy. Well, poor Jimmy's 30 years old. He actually doing that anyway. So
Speaking of kids, you ever heard of soaking?
no.
it really sounds familiar, but it's not
Like
ringing a
soaking in the
bell.
tub?
We'll get there. You ever heard of BYU?
Bring
Yeah.
your own beer.
Yeah.
No, sorry. Okay, something else. Okay.
Brigham Young University. That's where Zach Wilson, Jimmer went.
Mormon College. Soaking originated there. Do you know what you can't do at Brigham Young?
Soak. We'll have sex, obviously.
Any sex. or drink or anything of that nature. Anything fun, can't do it if you're at BYU.
You can do fun stuff.
They're dry counties. It's all dry in
You
Utah.
can have a podcast. You can play some sports.
Some of that, so you got to read between the labels. Ready? What? We went to Tennessee, I think, a year ago, and it was a dry county.
Tons of dry counties up in the
where we
mountains.
Went, but yet, it's only dry for like Jack Daniels, tequila, but their local dispensaries sell it all the time, and it's perfectly legal. So how dry of a county are you then?
What county is it that makes fucking Jack Daniels? That county, it's dry except for Jack Daniels.
Well, we went
Yeah.
to Shearville?
Another great fucking punt. Pat McAfee is just loving the brand right now, which, for the brand, baby. So, getting back to soaking, it's one of the most fucked up, weird things I've ever heard of. Mormon teens are saying that penetration is not sex. Get your dick hard, you put it in, and you leave it there. You soak it. You put it in, you leave it there. What you do is you have your friend jump on the bed to create friction. Oh, we're not having sex, but we're doing the stuff because someone's hopping on the bed. It's not us.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'll
fucking
speak
somebody.
first.
You're fucking somebody.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't, if I'm putting it in, I'm doing some work.
If you
I'm
feel
not gonna
that
just sit
strongly,
there.
you're going to go to a college, to a place that's like, you can't do that stuff. You have to try to find a loophole. The same way Catholics created anal sex, doing the poop hole loophole.
You're not allowed to do anything but missionary sex, and everybody in the military does other stuff. So.
Honestly, I don't know anyone that had missionary sex while in the military.
Thank you, but it is technically against the law.
Because it's the one thing you can do, it's the one thing nobody wanted to do. Blowjobs are illegal by the UCMJ. But I figured I would let you guys know.
I feel like that's weirder because then you have another person in there with you. It has became a weird little threesome.
It's an odd threesome of someone who gets to hop on the bed like a toddler. But I just,
That's a weird way to bring in threesomes.
Yeah, or also if the guy sneaks a little thrust, is that rape then, according to the girl?
No, but it's a violation of the Latter-day Saints.
No. What I'm saying is she gonna think it's rape because they were having sex.
No, because she allowed penetration. She didn't say no.
I'm not saying legally. I'm just saying
maybe by the Brigham Young standards.
Eyes, yeah, in her eyes, because she didn't.
I didn't
consent
say
sex.
to thrust. I didn't say to
she
do.
didn't consent to sex. She considered just soaking. So once he started thrusting, she had sex with her and she didn't want it. I'm just saying. In that
Oh my lord, DK. God, he's a fucking athlete. 6'4", 240, 3 ounces of body fat.
But hey, he was not good
He's a
enough
good
to play
receiver, just
because
not
he was too
sprinter.
strong.
There's a bad sprinter.
Yep, he's good at football.
That's still one of the best plays I've ever seen. When he chased on Patrick Peterson.
Well, Gino's in, so now it's game over, right?
Oh shit. Oh, can't even throw a fucking spiral.
He hit him.
He threw it, but man, it was a duck.
Pittsburgh needs to sign
I
Gio.
can't say anything because
Nick Foles on a trade
I'm
block.
not a NFL
Connoisseur.
NFL quarterback.
Well, I'm also not an NFL
But
quarterback for those listening at
You
home.
get paid millions of dollars. It was just his finger.
His right middle finger on his throwing hand. So essentially the most important finger.
His aiming hand is
And you're
dislocated.
gonna
So
quarterbacks have stayed in the game with more injuries than that.
From the medical aspect, it depends on how far dislocated it went. If it got fully dislocated in at the base of the knuckle, if it got all the way detached, he might not be able to feel that finger at all.
Okay.
And then he really can't throw it. And then you have that awkward push throw.
Okay.
You can't even throw a spiral.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't.
If it's
if it was
a mild
but if
thing,
it wasn't, and it was just the
pussy.
end, right? Just the tip, right? Let's say it was just the tip.
It truly depends on the grade of dislocation.
Safe.
But usually from a hit like that, it wouldn't dislocate that way because the upper two knuckles would have been the ones to dislocate. To dislocate fully, you usually have to hit the hand. because you have to pop out from the bottom up.
Okay. So it was probably
Likely he's just a pussy. Him and Sierra have an empire to focus on. Can't risk that. Go Hawks, as he likes to say in every tweet or post or interview. Nobody likes to tackle.
Let Gino cook.
Let Gino. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about, but they take longer to discuss. And that was like the worst business decisions of all time. But you're not in none of that.
I won't be argumentative.
No. It's not fun to talk about. It takes a research. R. Kelly, huh?
Oh no! What now?
Smooth transition. So since we've last hung out, R. Kelly got found guilty on all counts.
I did read that. They didn't sentence him yet, though, right?
For what?
No,
Is it
rape.
Rape, yeah, rape.
From forever ago. That's.
Well, obviously, legal system.
Well, he was still. Yeah, it took forever to
takes a
go to
while
court.
convict,
No, I know.
7 people. You put 7 people together. They're gonna.
This from
They can
recently
come
though.
out to the bottom
I
of any
don't.
He got-
criminal activity.
12 days ago, I think, was the
Right, but I'm talking about like the act. That's not like when he peed
which
on the
one?
girl. That's not like
Honestly,
when he peed on the girl
he
from 20 years ago.
no,
I think
he
it was
but he raped and married Aaliyah too, and she was 15, and that was almost 30 years ago now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But I was saying
it
like
was,
I didn't know which of his crimes he was getting in trouble
This was
for.
actually like I think
The stuff from Surviving R. Kelly stuff, so probably 15.
The U2 movement, right? That was all over.
Me Too.
Or Me Too.
Me too.
I will say
movement.
that
They spray painted the Sarasota
I
statue
didn't
with-
like
I
the
think that's
name
what
of that movement. It really bothered me because I struggle with using the term hashtag still. And every time I saw it on Twitter, I just would read it, pound me too. And that is not at all what their intention was.
No, that's why he got in trouble.
That's a great way to put it.
That's a great way to get in
So,
trouble. Like, it is,
From here on out, this podcast will be known as the Pound Me Too movement.
right? I mean,
So every time I read that, I was like, wait, what? Like, it sounds like she wasn't happy about the sex. I'm confused.
We're gonna
Because
work
I'd
on.
be reading the tweet, I'm like, it sounds like she wasn't consenting. Why would she say it like
We're
that?
gonna work on that. And it's
I mean, they...
Pound football, Pound Me Too, Pound podcast. Something. We're gonna work on them. So we're
Pound of
spitball.
beers.
One of us, 2 of us. You're not pounding.
no, I'm casually.
Which one is that one?
This is the
Touchdown,
strawberry
Gino.
guava.
Let Gino
Guava?
cook, man.
Yeah.
How is it? It's all right.
Bad. Yeah.
I
I'm
feel
still a big fan of the shout out Bud Light Seltzer.
Yeah, still a
Even though
fan.
they don't, pay me anything. The fall blend, I'm telling you, toasted marshmallow, apple crisp.
I just bid on a new microphone, so that way we'd have 3 good ones, because that one sucks.
Well, that's why I kind of lean in a little bit.
Well, I mean,
when
you
want-
should, because that one's actually meant to be a little closer.
Well, it should be then switched. I'm just.
They all need to be closer. That's why I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm on a couch. It's for lounging. Like, I mean.
I'll get there. That's still that's my second microphone.
I'm not.
We come a long ways.
over
We
here.
come a long ways.
Just tell me to yell then. I'll yell louder.
Good job on the Seahawks, man. I didn't think that Russ would be out, and
And they're within the 2-point spread, right?
it's 2.5.
Okay, they're
So
close
they're
enough in
so they
grenades, right?
so the Rams aren't covering right now.
Because they gotta get that.
They gotta be 3. Yeah, it may have funny line, man. It made people laugh. R. Kelly is now going to be the one getting peed on rather than pee on his minors and everything like that. Kind of passed now. I missed the joke. I missed the time to drop the
Well, since you
punchline.
mentioned P, we actually knew someone in the military that laid in the bathtub, and their significant other would pee on them.
Is that against the UCMJ? It's not really a crime or
would be,
anything.
yes, but
I guess if for sexual gratification,
technically it's not a sexual act though.
but if you achieve sexual gratification, it is a sexual act.
Don't ask, don't tell.
It's gone. It depends on when you were in, I guess. No, don't ask. It's been repealed twice, so who knows?
Well, no, I mean
As a general rule, if it's something you shouldn't be doing, don't tell anybody.
Right?
Zach, you're the only bitch ass civilian, ain't you? I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, you guys both are in the Army?
I was in the Navy, Seabees.
Navy and...
Yeah, so I was with the Marines. He was with the Army.
I had a brother in the Marines, and I don't know who watches. I won't get started. I'm not gonna get started.
I feel bad. So
me and my brothers, and my dad will rouse.
you can't not
right?
shit on
We're
each
gonna
other.
Shit on each other because he
Chair
was a Marine.
Force.
He was a Marine. I'm Chair Force. My brother's a Chair Force. My dad was Army. My
faggot ass
was
Navy.
Army. So like, we'll rag on. I'm sorry. Like
Butt pirate Navy.
right?
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, we had him at San Antonio. Why would you put your name on the back of your pants? There's no reason for that. And Navy, yes, don't lie. Navy did that. Why would you put your last name on the back of your pants?
So I don't know if they did that
On the
because in the
saw.
Seabees, as soon as you graduate boot camp, you actually have to turn in all of your Navy stuff, and you get Marine digicamis.
Well, that's where, because the cops for Navy trained at San Antonio, so we had the recruits for your cops.
Huh?
At
Fair
San
enough.
Antonio.
Fair enough. Hey,
And
I'm just saying, like,
which it's military's changing anyways from when I was in, because it went from ABUs, which was that blue kind of grayish thing, and we're actually reverting now to the Army. Or if you look at some of the
Well, gray tan.
we're back to the BDUs, and the insignia. Now your rank is actually on this chest, like the Army. Now I don't know if that's just if we deploy with the Army or something like that, but when I looked at pictures from Minot Air Force Base where I was stationed, and the
bumfuck Egypt.
okay, whatever. I mean,
I'm not shitting on it. Like, who's gonna know if?
there's a pretty woman behind every tree there, though.
Yeah.
No
one knows.
Don't even ask how many trees there.
No one knows where the fuck Minot is.
And there's no trees.
See?
There you go.
How close are you to Sturgis? Oh, it's Minot, North Dakota, isn't it?
So we were
Never mind. You're probably a couple hundred miles.
We were 30 minutes away from the border. We are one of the bases.
Of Canada?
We were one of those bases back in the day. Our base would have actually been able to drink alcohol at 18 years old. Because Canada is 18 years. So rather than telling people to, hey, drive across the border, drink alcohol, and come back, hey, we're just going to lower our drinking age on base. Stay on base.
I don't know a single base that didn't allow drinking at 18.
It changed.
I was in Gulfport, Mississippi. Everyone was drinking at 18.
Depends on where you are. And who.
Don't ask, don't tell.
No, and who runs it. When I was in, we...
Don't tell your CO, you're fine.
No, it wasn't that.
Don't tell your
gate
XO.
guards were actually...
Fucking
gate
Cooper
guards were
Cup and
subcontracted.
Stafford is a legit team. That's a tandem. Say what?
The gate guards were actually subcontracted at our base.
Gay guards?
Gate
Gate.
guards. Better Mike would have heard me better, but...
Shots
it was
fired.
My headphones are failing.
So it was actually a subcontractor, and they loved
So why would they...
fucking with the cops.
With the amount of military people we have, why would you subcontract your gate guard?
Money-wise.
We spend more money than any other country, tenfold.
I get that.
You can have a gate guard.
But,
That's an American...
But what that is
with
now you're going
benefits.
to have to... What they do is, and we're not going to get started in politics. We're not.
That's
We're not,
fine.
so don't even try and push me.
That's fine. I just don't understand why you would subcontract.
Because when you lower the budget, it actually costs more money. And this is coming from an accounting background. It actually costs more money to employ someone because of benefits, salary, medical, and everything else. Where if you subcontract and make that company pay for all that, you can actually lower your expense, which is why some bases will subcontract out gate guards and stuff like that so that you spend most of your force. And Minot's a nuclear security base, so we had to spend most of our people. We were at 100% manning, but it had to stay towards the base, not at the gate entrance.
There's a reason why people retire from the military and go contract out. They make way more money.
At Maelstrom, where my brother was stationed, they had actually.
Was that Cup again?
Yeah.
They actually had.
Robert Woods had a massive game tonight, though.
Base.
He's like 140 yards.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He's due. He walked in.
Who's that?
What the
Sonny
fuck?
Michel.
Fuck! I dropped him. Damn it.
What were the Seahawks doing? The linebackers were still collapsing as Michelle just took a little hop step to the right and just walked
See
in.
what points he's grabbing because I actually dropped him. He did nothing for like 3-4 weeks. 3 weeks.
Now that the way they scored so easily, the Seahawks probably should have went for 2 on that. Hindsight's 2020, I realize, but looking back, they probably should have went for 2 because now they're going to be down by fucking 9 points.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's if their defense doesn't step up and stop the Seahawks.
But I mean, like, you can't be down 9. Now you're down 2 scores. If you went for 2 and got it, you're down 8. 1 possession game. 6. You're getting to that. You can't rely on a fucking onside kick in the NFL because ever since they changed the rules, I think that it dropped in half from like 23% to 11%
Well, they
of
changed the
success
rules to
rate.
benefit the kicking team this season.
Oh, what is it now?
You're not allowed to overstack the line anymore. You know they used to have the onside kick formation.
The awesome one.
Extra hands team. You can't do that anymore.
So that it helps. Oh,
It
so
helps
now
the
there's
kicking
only 5 or 6 now on the.
I don't like the
You
fair
can't
catch
have the
either.
You can't have the hands team
I
on
know
the
that's college,
Wait.
but I don't like the fair catch.
The catch interference.
No, the fair catch.
On the kickoff,
Now,
right? You can fair catch it and get the ball
college,
for
you
20.
can fair catch it.
Oh.
But if you muff it,
Live ball.
it's where you muffed it at. But I just don't like that rule.
Well, like you read guys say, there's a pussification of America. I get that. Starts with football.
No. Because Ray Lewis is hitting you like a semi-truck, man. These people are men. They're... No matter how much you sissify the game, they're still... Like, that's being hit by a truck or a semi-truck out there. And I would never do that.
You know, we're going to take a little break real quick. It's a couple minutes. I'm going to grab a drink. And then I'm going to have these two decide what they want to talk about because they're both pretty debatable. And I like both topics. I'm very excited for both. I'm a fucking fatty who likes TV, so I'm going to just put a break on for a second. I'm going to play a song. And we'll be back in a minute.
On most nights, I'm just wearing my pajamas, staying up too late, 'cause I'm watching Futurama, thinking where's my drama, my life's no melodrama, leave it off the screen, 'cause it's got no genre, sometimes I call my mama, ring, yeah, she's always my armor. I want to fly away, far from my mistakes. My baggage has too much weight, hey, hey. So my bed is where I stay. Tell the clouds that I say hey. shower. I want to fly away, far from my mistakes. My baggage has too much weight, so my bed is where I stay. I want to fly away, far from my mistakes. My baggage has too much weight, so my bed is where I stay. Tell the clouds that I say hey.
We are back. Again, the Uncalled Podcast. Couple hours in. A mere 4 minutes left in the game. As we were talking about, clearly, hindsight's 2020. The Seahawks should have went for 2. Their last touchdown with Geno the God. Man. Speaking of Collins, the Patriots signed Jamie Collins for the 3rd time. It's crazy. Main cam. Forgot to switch cameras back over. Just burned him. So, favorite football movies. Best stadium food. As you've been going to you went to a Bucks game.
Yeah, I've been to a couple, and went to a preseason to Bucks versus Titans. Then I went to Bucks versus Atlanta.
It's probably a little easier to talk about like favorite stadium food than sports movies because there's so but there's so many.
Came to mind, but 2 right. Like as soon as you said sports,
You probably love Creed,
2
don't you?
Came to mind. No, what? Oh, I thought I was going to football.
Yeah, I thought you said football
was
movies.
on. I know you didn't.
Oh,
say
I mean that works.
football,
Remember the Titans?
'cause
That's the
I was,
answer.
Yeah, no, that was gonna be top. And honestly, any given Sunday, even though it got rated R when we were growing up,
I saw it in theaters actually. My dad took me
liked it.
opening
Now
weekend.
that you threw the whole aspect of any sport out there, I liked Southpaw.
I don't even fucking know what movie that is.
What with Jake Gyllenhaal and
I can't take him seriously for anything.
No, it
Is
was
this
a
a
great
boxing movie?
It was a boxing.
Oh.
movie.
That's why I've never seen it.
Southpaw. It was Jake Gyllenhaal and Rachel McAdams. And she dies, and he was an up and coming
Spoiler.
he was a great boxer. She got shot,
I should have hit the beat button. The boop, 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 boop.
but it was a good movie. It really was.
Boxing movies just don't capture me like Rocky. The first 4 Rocky movies. That's where I stopped.
Creed's good.
I liked Creed.
Haven't
The
even
first
watched
one.
them.
I liked
They're
the
good.
first
They're
Creed.
good.
Second Creed.
I'll watch Rocky 6 over Creed.
Lost. Really? First Creed, I liked it.
Creed
I
is
like
really
Michael B. Jordan. I do.
Creed is good.
I liked him in the superhero movie, not the Marvel shit.
I'm
Black Panther.
That's
no,
I just said not Marvel.
Oh, you said.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, what?
Oh, he
You
was in
like
that
him
too.
the Fantastic Four?
No.
What? He was
Project
way
X.
better in Black Panther versus
Project,
Killmonger,
not Project X. Chronicles.
Oh, that new one on Amazon.
Nope. Wait, that's another Marvel movie.
No, it's not. It's a
Chronicle. It was
Tom Clancy.
It came out in like Oh, that one.
That's
No,
the one.
he's not a superhero. He's just a
Chronicles of
He's
Narnia.
he's a badass,
Yeah.
but
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
No, but I'm partial to Sandlot. If we're just going to any sports
Ooh.
movie, it's a good one.
The
wow, okay.
Well, Sandlot's good.
it is
Throwing out some
good.
age there.
Oh, you know,
Throwing out some age.
my mom I just made my mom watch it for the first time. She goes, "It's pretty cute."
Yeah, really cute.
No one can't. I think everyone honestly can relate to the little pervy fucker that kissed the girl,
He's Spain's drowning. That's the way to go.
and then he looked at all his friends. He's like,
Da, da, na, 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 na. Da,
and it
da,
had a
da,
surprisingly
da,
good soundtrack.
Tequila. Da, 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 da.
Oh, that looked like Russell Wilson threw that ball.
Basketball's too hard. There's a lot of good basketball movies, I feel like. I like...
Chronicle came out in 2012.
You know, one of my favorite sports movies that I feel like isn't as talked about would be Coach Carter.
Channing Tatum. Pull up the three. Mendoza or whatever his name was.
Samuel L. Jackson the first Reed as far as we're going off actors in that movie, but
Now, see, I would, but he's played in so many other movies where he was better in them.
but Coach Carter's really good. Baseball, you got
Hardball.
Major League's good.
Keanu Reeves. I mean, come on.
A great soundtrack. Strike one, caught you by surprise. Little Bow Wow, man. That was back before he was Bow Wow.
Major League with Wesley Snipes.
So you talking about me saying
Rookie of the year.
you shit on me because I said Channing Tatum and Coach Carter. You said Major League Wesley Snipes.
Channing Tatum and Coach Carter.
He was number 2
You
star.
want me to say Carlos Estevez?
Yeah, Carlos.
Was it still Carlos back then? Or was it already Charlie at that point?
That must have been a bad fracture if he's still not in the game.
Dislocation.
Okay. Or dislocation.
Field goal
Must have
time.
been a bad one, though.
A dislocate. I mean, it gets him closer, and then I'll put a touchdown within range. But so, how many timeouts they got left?
The time left.
2 or 3. Oh, he missed it right there. That first read. Swain tried to knock him out to get Parkinson's the catch.
That's what you get with a mobile quarterback. Because if that was a regular route, that actually should have been called.
Left side.
Rub routes
Yeah.
always.
I can't think of it for football. I can't think of a movie I would compete with. Remember the Titans.
No,
That's the best one. Like it could not be the best sports movie, but like football,
Rudy?
Rudy's fine.
I fucking hate Rudy.
Longest
I've
yard.
never seen it.
Both
so
longest
I
yards.
just threw it out because it's an old
Oh,
football
the new longest yard versus the old one.
Longest yards are good, but like,
longest yard, I mean.
but it's not Remember the Titans.
No.
I mean, it's just.
I cried the first time I watched Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans is amazing.
When Gary Bertier and the Camaro got hit.
I think that one has the firmest hold on its own sport than any of the others.
Uh,
Because like basketball, there's some debate. I think Hoosiers is the odds-on favorite for basketball, but
and that's just because it was so.
there's so
It's a
many.
close tie, right? Coach
The,
Carter.
the thing with
Well, like,
Hoosiers
it's
is because it was the number 1 basketball movie for like 30 years.
But like Coach Carter's good, Glory Road's good, Love and Basketball was popular.
Oh,
Not my-
that was, I mean, it was a good movie.
What about the one with Ray Allen?
Well,
And
Space
it's,
Jam. How come Space Jam can't be
He
the
got
sport?
game.
Which Space Jam are you talking about now? The OG?
The only one.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Don't
got
come at
game.
me with
He
the
got game. Is that the
LeBron
two?
James remake.
Yeah. Love and Basketball. So you said Love and Basketball. What's the one with Ray Allen? Above the Rim?
Yep.
That's a really good one. All these movies.
Can't jump.
Oh, fuck.
It's fantastic.
Damn it. That's a great one.
See, there's a lot of
Hurl.
basketball.
Billy Hurl.
A lot of good basketball ones.
But the thing about.
Like Mike,
Oh, yeah. That's another good.
little Bow Wow.
You can't hate that. Like,
You can't hate on that. That's fun. It's a fun
that's a
one.
kid movie.
I think we're kind of locked into that one because like it came out perfectly for
Yeah,
us.
it's
Air
our
Bud.
age.
Air Bud.
Because he played in other sports, but it was basketball. Let's be real.
Yeah,
Basketball was the
fuck
OG.
Golden Retriever.
Yeah. And then baseball. Baseball, I don't even know how you would go about picking the best one.
Field of Dreams.
But no, but
I don't see like I didn't even like it. I watched it for the first time when I was in Michigan
many.
a month ago.
But there's Field
I'm
of
thinking about,
Dreams,
like,
Rookie of the
just,
Year,
like,
The
not
Rookie,
really, like,
Major League,
liking
For
and,
love of the game.
like, not even there, just like no.
A League of Their Own.
Like Field of Dreams is like known, the most.
There's
known
no
sport-
crying.
What about A League of Their
sport
Own?
baseball movie out there. Like
Of-
shit, New York and just
Of-
created their own Field of Dreams.
Of baseball,
On-
that was in Iowa. They put it in the Field of Dreams from the original. But
It was the original movie. So if
Some
it
people
wasn't
might not
that
even think it's the
popular in
best Kevin
baseball, they
Costner
wouldn't
baseball
have-
movie. There's Bull Durham.
right, just if you pick your favorite Kevin Costner movie, 3 of the top 5 are going to be baseball movies. Bull Durham is fucking great.
Yeah, Bull Durham's good.
Guardian. I love the Guardian. What? Kevin
I don't even
Costner?
fucking know what you're saying. Is that English?
Ashton Kutcher.
Yup. The
Oh, the Coast Guard.
movie?
Yeah, the
Fuck,
Coast Guard
yeah,
movie.
Good,
best movie.
good soundtrack.
It's a good one. The baseball,
best?
basketball.
If that when he cut that line.
Field of Dreams
and
wouldn't be
died
my
for
favorite baseball
himself,
movie.
Not even. It's not even in my top 5.
What is it?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
Baseball movies. It wouldn't be my
I'm
favorite.
not a big fan of baseball.
It's so
movies. I just
slow.
like the Field of Dreams because of being known.
Watch what I'm saying. A League of Their Own is very well known.
That's
Sandlot.
entertaining in the Sandlot.
The Sandlot is put on at like baseball
And
stadiums
the-
every
you
year.
know-
You can watch it.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, and then
That's what-
the Rookie with Dennis Quaid.
Just float it. Oh yeah, and and that was a fucking true story.
Yeah, that was cool. So, like, there's a lot of good baseball movies. Angels in the Outfield.
When he stands up and does the little angel,
But then you have to
and, like, come on,
Major Leagues.
chills.
All three of those have to be in there too for best baseball
Major
movie.
League.
So like,
What about the new
What's your
cartoon?
best,
Everybody's
though? 'Cause
here.
everybody.
Sandlot.
You know what I mean, what are you looking? Right, what are you looking for in a movie to be the best? Story,
The best.
visual effects, all of it together.
All right, about for me. See, for me, when it comes to movies, when I say my favorite movies, it's about rewatchability is a big part of it. Like
Okay.
I love, I love Counting Monte Cristo. I thought Schindler's List was really good. I don't rewatch.
I'm not gonna
Schindler's
put that
List.
on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, not like y'all. You know what? I haven't watched in a long time. Schindler's List. Let's watch that again. No.
So when you
My
have
favorite
to
movie is
add
probably
rewatch,
Forgetting Sarah
I
Marshall now
probably
because
would
I
put.
watch Forgetting Sarah Marshall every day, and laugh every
damn it.
time.
Die.
I could watch. Now it's not a sport movie, but I could watch. What is it? It's a World War II movie. Came out.
Saving Private Ryan.
Nope.
Inglorious Bastards.
Fightful Goes West.
To look that up, I had to look it up.
If it's your favorite movie, how do you have to look it
What
up?
about the Fightful one? Is it one of the Fightful
No,
movies?
it's not one of my favorites, but I could watch it every. It's
So one of the movies I can watch the most of is the first Fast and the Furious movie. I haven't watched the last three.
You know what movie I've seen?
Hacksaw Ridge. I didn't even look it up. I'm not even on Vudu yet. Hacksaw Ridge. One of.
I haven't watched it.
What? Oh my God.
Let's see, yeah.
One of the best. One of the top notch.
I hear that
top notch military movies to watch.
So as soon as you said Hacksaw Ridge, all I think popped into my head was fucking like Men of Honor and Pearl Harbor.
And it's up there near all them. With.
I guess I don't really like war movies though much.
Really? Oh,
It's fucking depressing. How many times do they have a good ending?
What about A Few Good Men?
Watch Hacksaw.
You can't
Ridge.
handle the truth.
Watch Hacksaw Ridge if you don't think they have a good ending.
You know the what's that fucking guy that likes to fuck Richard Gere movie? A Few Good the Gentleman, An Officer and a Gentleman. That was a pretty good war movie because he was training
I was
school.
thinking Pretty Woman. I couldn't get off it. Once you said Richard Gere, I'm just there.
Fair enough.
I'm not getting off.
Richard
Pretty
Gere's a
Woman once
weirdo.
you say Richard Gere.
Man, so yeah, overall best football movie would be
It's
Remember the Titans. I've probably watched Remember the Titans 30 times.
And that's how you know
Well,
it's
it's
easy, though. We're
televised so
all three in
much, too.
agreement, and no one's really argued it that much the other way. We spend our time arguing baseball and basketball because it's hard to argue the football one. It's the
like,
best.
so I don't like Rudy because I know the story of Rudy.
Speaking of
Now,
shows
did
that
you
are...
watch
I know he's an asshole.
Disney Plus Clemson movie or TV series on Disney Plus about
did not.
Clemson, the safety?
No.
Okay, because I heard that was good too. And
But we said movie.
I brought up a different
Well,
type of
you know what movie
of
I've...
show.
Speaking of movies that are always on
Because-
TV, I have seen probably
Shawshank
half
Redemption?
of Deep Blue Sea 100 times. And it's not a movie I've ever watched start
The
to
LL
finish.
Cool J movie?
Yeah, LL Cool J, Samuel
That-
Jackson.
I'm sorry.
I do like that movie. I've seen it a ton of times.
Thank
No,
you.
but I'm saying
gonna-
it's the one that
you're
I
two
don't...
versus one here.
No, I'm not saying I dislike it. I'm saying I don't know if I've ever
It's
sat
crazy.
and watched it start to finish.
It is crazy how often it is
It's
on.
always on TV.
But what sucks is
And you're
always on
flipping through
TBS
it.
and TNT. So like you got
But they
an
overplay
hour
it.
of commercials and an hour and a
You're
half
always flipping
movie.
through and you're like,
they
you get stuck there.
overplay it. Prime example, Harry Potter.
No, it's
It-
I didn't watch a
it's-
single Harry
no,
Potter
no,
movie
but
till I
it's
was
way
32.
overplayed. My wife watches it anytime. Freeform, E, any of
Freeform.
them put it on. Even
See,
it's
but-
on E now.
But the
E-
thing is, Harry
ETV.
Potter is popular enough that has like a Harry Potter world at Universal.
I went to the
Deep Blue
Harry.
Sea
Still
is
can
weird
it
because
can
it's
still
not-
be overplayed. Though.
I went to the
It's-
Harry
it's
Potter
still-
world before I
get
went
that.
to before I saw a single Harry Potter movie. I had a fucking butterbeer at Universal.
Well, I'm saying I get that. I get that it can still be
Which is
overplayed.
a great experience.
But it's like complaining that like
Good
they
ass
play
ride.
Taylor Swift
Which
too
one?
much on the
Harry
radio.
Potter?
The Harry Potter ride is pretty badass.
I haven't been on Hagrid's yet. I want to go on it.
What about Taylor Swift?
I was saying that Harry Potter can be played too much is like saying Taylor Swift is on the radio too much. At least it's popular. It's weird to me that Deep Blue Sea is on TV as much as it is because I
know
don't
I'm
think I
dressed
know
like
a lot of
Dwayne
people.
The Rock Johnson and Ballers, but like I'm not a big TS fan. Taylor Swift.
But I was saying it's weird to me that like I'm saying like a lot of people like I'm saying Taylor Swift to me is on the radio too much, but like I get it, people like her. You said Harry Potter could be overplayed. I'm saying that's weird that Deep Blue Sea is always on TV, and I don't think anyone's ever like. I just love Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah,
Like it's
that's
solid.
That's true.
It's on.
I
TV
think it's because it's a movie that was PG-13, can cover a lot of action, and doesn't have a lot of hatred.
and yet no one hates it. No one's like. It's such an easy one. You're flipping through and you just settle on it.
Rams win, Rams cover. Gino is not the hero we need.
Since I wasn't here, I'm just gonna go ahead and pick the Rams. It's
Yeah,
fair, right?
I already slashed. Yeah, but I'll give you Rams. That's fine. You had so many other shitty
Yeah,
takes.
right. No, I'm going, not shitty picks. I'm going for the home field over here. We're Florida. We're in Florida.
That's half the problem. The Dolphins suck. I think.
You pick the Dolphins.
We need one.
No, he
NFL
picked the
team.
Bucks.
We would be great, and we would be the next. Patriots
First off-
dynasty.
Well, first of all,
You-
you know the
you-
Jacksonville
if we
team is
had-
trying to leave.
Huh?
Jacksonville's talking about leaving the state.
There's a good chance they end up
Well,
in
Florida just
London.
opened up AEW wrestling out of there.
It's
What does
they're
that
gonna
have
be-
to
They're
do?
gonna be the London Jaguars.
Shad Khan, the owner, is just gonna have a great thing going with AEW. He doesn't need the Jaguars for
They're
that.
gonna be.
Well, the stadium. You still have your home base at the
Yeah, you can
Jaguars.
still have-
I don't think they're gonna stay in
I
Jacksonville.
don't think the Jacksonville's making the money.
I don't think the Rays are gonna stay in Clearwater or St. Pete, wherever they're
I
at.
think they'd.
Well,
I don't think they're gonna stay in Tropicana. I think they're gone
For some reason, London's favorite team is Jacksonville, and
because they played there for like 5 years
yeah, so
straight.
Jacksonville is going to be London's team if we ever go international.
The issue with that is like travel times. It's already tough
It'll be
enough
the
to play
world's
17.
biggest home field advantage. Every home game for them.
They'll never be allowed to have consecutive home games.
how would you? But if they move to
But you can't make them travel internationally every week either.
exactly,
Every other.
how is that then?
Just like the Bears this season, all 17
what
games,
conference would you put that?
They
in?
would-
Did
they would
make it
stay.
Fair enough.
They would stay.
To like
It's gonna be a mess.
other teams though. How would you make that fair? Because they got to travel
NFL
12 hours.
NFL
to go.
Europe failed, but there was so much money in it. They need international because there's no.
Yeah,
they
but
can
keep
only
it
get
the
so
way-
big.
Keep it the way it is. 2 or 3 games here and there. Don't put a whole team over there because now you're going to change the whole demographic. Why not give every?
Well, because it's the
country
second biggest sport in the world, and it's the only sport that's not international.
Well, I don't know. Is football as big overseas as like
No.
football?
That's why it's
that's what I
second.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was hard to say. Is American
I
football?
almost said, I said
more
no,
popular
regardless of
than
what other
football?
sport you came at me
No.
with. No,
Soccer is,
Soccer is number 1.
and it's not even. It's not even close.
No.
Yeah. And then basketball is the next.
I guess
biggest
technically,
global.
it's probably true. It's basketball second because you can play sports that you can play poor.
Oh.
Soccer, basketball. You just
So
need
not,
a.
I think
not
they-
skiing, not anything.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
not a
Winter
whole lot of
Olympics.
Breckenridges in South Africa.
Nothing in the Winter Olympics.
Bobsled?
Yeah, the Jamaican bobsled team. Pretty
Gotcha,
lucky.
no, well.
Is that a sports
Pretty
movie?
lucky.
Is that a sports movie?
It is. It is a sports movie. Cool runnings.
What about Miracle?
Cool runnings.
Miracle on Ice. Remember that?
Didn't watch
Not
it.
even the best hockey movie.
The Kurt Russell movie.
I didn't watch
Yeah,
it.
Mighty Ducks,
Yeah,
bro.
the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
Quack, quack,
Mighty
quack,
Ducks would have
quack,
to be
quack.
top.
My
hockey
fucking,
movie.
my fucking kid hates it. I can't stand it. Like I tried to put it on. Savannah fucking didn't even
Which one?
either any. I played all 3 consecutively.
Now, the
let's
first one is the OG.
It's great.
Third one,
But-
I'm okay with the third
Is that where
one.
they've played
The second
Greenland?
one lost me. The second one was the U.S. team.
Versus Greenland and Iceland.
Yeah. The
Let's
third
rewind
one
it all the
was
way back.
college. like,
Rewind all the way back. What's your favorite sports movie? Just come out and be like dodgeball. Dodgeball.
If you can dodge a
Favorite
wrench, you can
sports
dodge a
movie.
ball.
Oh, another football movie, Waterboy.
Waterboy! I just watched it. Man.
Bobby Boucher.
You talked
was-
about freeform? Freeform plays. Adam Sandler movies nonstop. I watched
grown up,
Billy Madison,
probably, yeah, Billy
Happy
Madison.
Gilmore,
Oh,
The Waterboy, Grown Ups 1, Grown Ups 2. 2 Saturdays ago.
Oh, and as far as the stadium food one, I know we kind of skipped over that. I don't know if I know what my favorite is, but my least favorite
what
is
do
a
you
burger.
in here? I'm gonna throw it
Murder?
out.
Burger
What
is
do
my
you-
least favorite. It's always a super subpar hamburger for like
What do you
$15.
actually buy at the stadium?
Beer.
And exactly, and then you don't even want to do that because you want to pregame so much that you don't have to buy that much. You want to actually hydrate in there almost at the football game.
Honestly,
like
a Philly cheesesteak is usually pretty good.
Yeah, but the
steak is usually pretty good.
I like
beers alone now are like $14 in there.
I always get those like super cheap nachos. Like terrible like ballpark cheese and chili nachos. I get those a lot.
Even
Or like a pretzel and cheese is solid.
Now I do have to admit, for the second game when we went to Atlanta Falcons, we got
No, but peanuts is my favorite.
my buddy got
Peanuts?
Peanuts is my favorite thing to get at a stadium.
clubhouse seats, so we were.
Like at a baseball
able to
game
try 'em
especially.
with
I
the
love
ring and
snacking on
everything.
peanuts during a game.
I'm not touching a peanut unless it's at a fucking baseball game.
I just said at a baseball game.
But I'm not. It's not it's not gonna be my stadium food because I can only eat them at a baseball game.
Oh, but it's one of my favorites because I love that you don't have to really wait in a line for it. You can grab them pretty
A
quickly.
big old bag
It
of Fisher's
takes a lot
peanuts.
of time. Takes a lot of time to eat them. So like, because I just wanted to eat snack.
I don't think at any of the games I went to, I actually ate at the stadium. We ate before we went in, and then I just.
You're not a real fucking fan then.
I drink, okay.
So do I. I'll walk in and grab a hot dog and put it in my fucking pocket. I love a fucking stadium hot dog because they're steamed and they're wrapped in a nice aluminum wrapper and the bun is so soft. I'm always gonna get a.
I'm not a big fan of food. I'll
What?
Say it out there. I'm not a-
That's
not
right.
a
We
fan
did.
of
We
food.
did have that talk.
Already had this conversation, Michael.
He
So-
eats for sustenance, not for enjoyment.
Exactly. I'm not a huge, like, even on the pill we started a diet pill. I'm already down almost a little over 20 pounds because I am very okay with sticking with a very specific diet regimen. So prime example, for breakfast I eat a yogurt and a dark chocolate peanut cereal bar. And then that's it. And then I'll have a leftover small little bowl for lunch, whatever we had the night before. And then I might eat dinner. Today I only had I had my cereal bar and leftover chili from last night, and that is all I ate all day.
I'm surprised we're friends.
I eat all day, every day. I just eat. I don't stop eating.
At every meal, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna have for the next meal.
Now, I do.
If I lose weight, it's from pure
Drink
eating healthy
alcohol,
all day
but, like,
because I don't stop eating. I'm so hungry all the
Even
time.
with the diet pill at this point, I'm losing weight by luck.
Oh no! This
See,
diet pill,
I've
I
never,
had hunger.
I can't eat like it. Like
See,
when
I've
you
never
say,
taken a diet pill.
I'll eat like ordering food. Ordering food. What?
I ate that
If
pizza for
someone
3
doesn't-
days. It
if
was so
someone-
fucking
if
good.
someone doesn't put food in front of my face, I will not eat on this diet pill.
So does it make you not hungry?
It doesn't.
No,
It's
yeah,
it's
an
it's
appetite
phentermine.
suppressant.
It's kind of a speed derivative.
And
It's
an
meant to
appetite
suppress
So
it.
you don't
Yeah.
eat. You have to actually force yourself to eat your 3 square
Well-
meals. So it's good for people with.
I don't have to force myself very hard at all.
See, I've never taken a diet pill, ever.
I just did it this time because I went to the gym.
So is it like-
I've been
is
in
it like over the
gym,
counter?
I do,
No, you go to a doctor for it.
yeah. In Sarasota.
You
Yeah,
just-
there's a few of 'em.
what?
There's a few of them. And the craze of the 90s, fen is the basis of that. It's just a vasoconstrictor. It gives you energy. It suppresses your appetite a bit.
Now, and I probably take it to extreme. So I take a.
But he
after-
didn't fucking like food before that.
I didn't. But on top of that, I take that pill at like 10, and then I take an energy drink at 3.
I wash it down with a fucking bang.
So does energy drink supposed to make you not hungry also?
No, but it gives you energy.
Well-
boost your energy, and it also will increase your
Secondary
heart rate.
effect.
Yeah, it'll increase your heart rate. Energy drinks do that. It's a pre-workout, so I take C4. So it'll increase the heart rate, and it's a ripped one, so it'll increase your body temperature too, so you'll sweat a little bit more.
Yeah, thermogenics.
Thermogenics,
Me
yeah.
and Nicole would not be together if it weren't for food. I think she would agree with that.
I agree.
We
with that.
fucking love
you
food.
love. I mean,
I'm a cook. I love to eat. I think about foods. We had this little birthday party for my aunt a week ago, 2 weeks ago, And I've kicked myself in the fucking dick multiple times out of frustration, the fact that during the party, I focused on the party and the grease from my ribs caused them to ignite. I was so fucking mad. I'm still mad that my recipe that I came up with caused a little bit of a grease fire, and my food was less than, it was subpar.
Well, that happens with any cook. Anytime you cook. Like, if I cook steaks for my in-laws and my parents, like, I want it to be the best. Even though I'm not a food guy and I love to eat, like, you want a medium rare, medium steak, I want to cook that steak as flavorful as I can to the liking of each individual person.
How do you like your steak? That's how a good judge of a person.
Medium to medium
well.
I don't want the rare. I'm not a rare guy.
Medium.
I'll do medium all day.
Medium to medium rare. I'd rather it that way.
Okay.
Medium rare it's hot.
I want medium. But I'm saying I would rather hint towards medium rare than hint towards medium well. But medium is my sweet spot. But no, like, a lot of restaurants won't actually hit that. Let's be honest. It's gonna be one way or the other.
Pretty far either way. Yeah.
I go for heat. Like, with my steak.
I don't want it
cold.
cold.
I could have a rare steak, and everybody's gonna know this. What I'm gonna talk about here. It's when you bite into that pizza roll and you're like, and it's burning the top of your mouth. If that could happen with a rare steak or a medium rare, I'd probably eat it. But I like my food to, like, burn the roof of my tongue when I eat it, or the roof.
See,
of my
I used to black out all the time. I know you've not been here for me to talk about that, but it's
Zach
really
out.
funny. I can always tell the next day if I ate a Totino's or not. Can I wake up in my mouth so my mouth will be like rubber? Like, oh, I had Totino's last night. Because drunk me just takes it out the oven and just pounds it.
Yeah, right.
There's
And
no lag time.
You don't bite into the corner of it, blow
It's
into
still
it.
450 degrees and it's straight in my mouth. But drunk you's just like,
yeah, like it's. Yeah.
and then you wake up and then you're like, the top of my mouth is just rubber at this point.
What if I told you I could get you a rare steak that's nice and warm in the middle?
I would probably try it.
All right, I'll do that. I'll have you go over for that.
Now, it can't be a how they cook prime ribs though,
It's not going to be roasted.
because that's what
It'll be
and
grilled.
How they cook that, even though it's like warm in there, the texture
Well,
of a prime rib.
prime
I'm
rib
not
is
a
cooked
fan of.
differently. I will grill it over an open flame for you. That's what the sous vide's for. You put it with butter and all your seasonings. You put it in a bag. You vacuum seal the bag. You put it at like 120 degrees. So every bit of that is 120 degrees. Then you hit it on a super high heat skillet or open flame.
Okay.
That's at like 450. Good grill marks. Well cooked because it's already past the rare point. You pull it off, juices come back in. It's going to be hot juice, rare steak, super grill marks.
I would try it. There's only
there you
certain
go.
foods I won't try, and most of them revert back to vegetables.
Fucker.
Mushrooms. I mean,
That's
it's
a-
only- and it's
you're
only
picky
Trey's ones. I'll eat
You're
onions
picky Chinese food eater too, aren't
Isn't
you?
mushrooms the weirdest food on this planet, though?
because even here I'll eat onions.
There's lethal ones.
over
There's ones that make
chives.
you high, and there's some you just like slap on pizza. How is that thing like?
I
There's
think there's
three.
only really two, and it's ones you slap on food, and then ones you get you high.
No, there's some that
Personally,
kill you. Some are lethal.
Those could be the ones that get you high if you overdose on them.
I would love to do some shrooms.
It's just wild that there's that different.
Nope.
Not interested in that.
Nope. I like only one thing.
Weed.
That's all I do. That's
Man.
There's nothing I'd never do.
I'm
anything
such a
else.
square.
And I know people will be like, "Oh, well, it's a." I get you could say alcohol is a drug, okay, Mister. But like that is.
Mr. by the book.
Yeah, right.
I mean, in my line of work,
But-
alcohol is probably a bigger problem than marijuana.
Well, yeah.
No, it depends
From
on
a
who you
personal
speak to.
aspect.
It depends on who you speak to because
By
there
my
are-
job, yeah. I work for.
I mean, if you go to like cops, they'll say like certain like, okay, marijuana can be a gateway drug.
It's not.
Alcohol is the
I
biggest
don't
gateway
agree
drug
with
there
that,
is.
but-
Drunk people are more willing to do other drugs than high people.
Yeah. I don't know anyone that.
I don't know anyone. All people I know who've done cocaine, I don't know any of them who didn't try it for the first time while drunk. Like when they weren't drunk.
yeah.
Everyone who's done cocaine I know did it while drinking.
Potheads usually just stick to pot.
Yeah, you marijuana.
Like you've
is a
just
gateway-
said.
No, marijuana is a gateway
yeah,
drug
it's
to
not
Taco Bell.
And realistic,
Honestly.
and I heard a thing today where they were like, and I don't know how true it is, but it's like a lot of the VA already knows, like a lot of the
It's gonna be federally
veterans
legal. Yeah.
already self-medicate because you are so with the VA system, they take care of you.
It's
and I don't
federally
know,
legal, so if
but
they
it's
decide
like,
if they want to fuck you, they will.
exactly, but it's like they only give you like, oh, you got a broken bone, here's some Tylenol. Okay, well, what does that really help in the end? And then you get people that are going over to self-medicate themselves.
No, I'm with you. I think marijuana would be the best pain medicine that you could take if you can function on it. I've smoked weed a few times. I get vapor locked. I'm couch locked. My eyes get fucking dry and bulgy. Like I don't do well with weed, so like it's never gonna be my thing. Edibles or not.
See, I like edibles. That's you don't get the smell, you get the longer affecting. That it kind of pain relieves a lot longer.
I'll tell you, I would pay someone $1,000 if they could take me and let me do an ayahuasca trip.
I mean, if we're being real, like, all right, if I could do any drug and like be guaranteed that I wouldn't get addicted to it, I would try heroin.
Meth.
No, heroin for sure.
I would do
Every
that.
single person that I work in child welfare, so I've talked to a lot of drug addicts in my life. Everyone loves heroin. They love it. Like they're embarrassed to say they do meth, and they do meth because they can't afford heroin anymore. Heroin, every time I've heard it described, like I saw an anti-heroin campaign. They said, "Have you ever been on a roller coaster and like that part right before you go down?" I'm like, "That's the best part." They're like, "That's heroin," and I'm like, "That sounds amazing."
It's the reason I loved Adderall. I had scored
It's like
Adderall
morphine.
in my early
Heroin,
20s.
Morphine is like.
There is only-
I don't want to be
medical grade
numb.
heroin. What?
I don't want to be numb.
I'm saying morphine is like medical grade heroin.
I want super uppers. I want someone that's gonna be super chatty.
So you want like cocaine?
No, I want
That's the other
I
one
want
people really
Adderall.
There's only one other drug like I have actually thought about taking.
Well,
DMT.
I would never do heroin.
No, because I would never go strong, and it's not even strong really. It's actually a more sexual type drug.
Viagra.
Molly.
Yes, because you know what I mean. Get the wife to take that. Go out.
I wouldn't
for a
even fuck with
weekend.
Molly.
Like
I do.
Molly or
Go out-
ecstasy.
Ecstasy, you know what I mean? Go out for a weekend, like a weekend just alone, no kids. Go to Orlando. Even there, stay at the hotel with at the bar.
I'm so
at the bar and stuff like that. Take that.
You know,
just have a night
you're
of sex.
selfish.
What?
You're just looking for a drug to get you high to make the best fuck you'll ever have. I want
I could bring my wife in here; she'd be happy with that.
I want DMT. I want ayahuasca so I can release DMT, the chemical in your brain that releases when you die.
Yes, I heard about that.
I want to
No, I would
open
never.
everything. I want to make sure that I can be the best me possible. I want to cut off the ties to get rid of my insecurities so I can be a better person, a better father. I want to
That being said,
eliminate
I
all
wouldn't
my
do
hiccup,
any of
all
these
my
drugs.
roadblocks.
See, I wouldn't do any of these drugs unless they became legal. Not even because of the illegal fact, but like, you think I'm trusting anyone who makes heroin? Absolutely not.
Ayahuasca is a plant. Like it's just illegal here.
No, but I'm just saying that kind of thing. That like heroin, cocaine, all those things. I'm not buying that off anyone.
No, and that's
I'm not going to the Silk Road. Yeah, I'm not doing
Even
that.
even if like, you can't be guaranteed it's safe.
You stay legal.
I want to do. I
Yeah,
do
you
want to
gotta
do
stay legal for
shrooms.
safety.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what they're
What
making. Even with marijuana.
What about
now,
peyote?
It's what are they making? What are they mixing with that? What are they doing?
What?
In
Mixing with
Indiana,
what?
people have laced marijuana with
Growing how they're
meth.
growing it.
Well, yeah, they've been mixing marijuana with shit for
Well, I mean,
decades.
like to get people to addicted to
Spliffs
your
and shit.
marijuana.
Now, Florida does make a little bit of a stingy fucking law coming to marijuana. I wish they would follow more of like the Michigan and maybe not Colorado's laws, but at least Michigan.
That's because the
Michigan
lawmakers
has
keep
their-
submitting stupid shit.
Even
Sub.
Even there, because even growers have to be an established agricultural beforehand. So you have to be an actual plant, like a lawn person
You can thank
before you even start.
John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, who
Of course, they obviously can buy a.
he's a billionaire. He's the one that changed the laws because he wants to be the one that's on the forefront.
Yeah, that happens anywhere you look into government.
It fucking sucks. That's why I do want to do. I want ayahuasca. I already found it. It's going to be about $2,500. You got to fly out and do a religious exemption with a group. It's like there's one in Nevada. There's one in Arizona.
And what that is like the.
Ayahuasca is a plant. It's found in South America.
That's that DMT.
It releases DMT in your brain.
The death.
So there's the
You don't
purge.
know how long you have actually been under.
You don't go under. You stay alert and oriented the whole time. You have what's called
So I'm thinking about something else.
you have what's called the purge. So you take it. It is intended to make you nauseous and puke. And then there's the purge. The purge can last anywhere from 2 hours to 6 hours.
That sounds terrible.
And the purge.
But-
What is the purge? You're
Throw-
awake.
Vomiting. It's awakened vomiting.
Why?
Why would?
Because the tea is meant to make you vomit.
I'll bring you some Ipecac next time I come over.
If Ipecac would release the chemicals in my brain, I would do that too. But then after those 2 to 6 hours, you'll have another 4 to 12 hours of your brain kind of rewiring itself. And you're going to experience some of your best memories, some of your worst memories. But it's going to release you of a lot of your blockages in your brain, of things that you've shut off that close you off emotionally. Same as like some acid trips, but I mean LSD is even harder to get than going to pay someone for an ayahuasca trip.
You'd almost be better just doing shrooms at that point.
I would do that too, but that's also incredibly dependent on who you're with. When you take shrooms, if you're around negative people, you can feel that aura.
That could be anything. Marijuana at the same point. If you're around negative freaking people with marijuana, any type of drug, any beer, if you're around assholes with beer that are arguing and fighting, you could. I'm sorry.
I mean, I leave them then, but when you're on shrooms, you're not you're way less in
I was
control.
trying to say like amplifies your emotions. Like if you get upset, you get very upset.
Right,
If
so,
you're having
like-
a good time, you think things are very fun.
You want to be around
More so
people
than alcohol.
like-minded, typically.
Exactly. But you wouldn't take that in an environment that
But
is controlled.
a bad trip, you don't have any control over your body while you're dealing with people's negative emotions. With alcohol, you can walk away. Because I've never been blackout drunk, so I can't say what experience is then. I've never.
Oh, you don't remember?
Yeah, you have no clue. I've been a couple.
Yeah, but there's gonna be consequences to you not remembering.
No, yeah.
And an
sometimes.
acid trip, you're a victim of it.
You're still. I don't know. I'm gonna.
If you're blackout drunk, you're probably doing something stupid on your end. If you're in a mushroom trip, you're usually just a victim of the circumstance you're in. It's not an active drug.
You could argue that at alcohol too. Because like, if I'm drunk and you're not being a Debbie Downer, I'll be in a pretty chipper mood.
But
the second
you don't
turn
have to be
nagging on me, I'm gonna go. Same with I feel like I've never done them, so I can't speak. But I feel like the same.
So
with
on
listening
shrooms, if you're sitting there and you're not being a part of the group, your energy you're giving off, regardless of what you're saying, affects the person that's in the other room.
I think here's the difference.
always an asshole,
Well, the
bro.
difference is,
Then I'm not going to do it with you.
Well, say I'm.
Well, not an asshole, but I'm always like I would say that bodyguard type person. Like I'm always just gonna be sitting there like.
Then I couldn't do shrooms with you. I want someone.
I'll just watch, I'll observe, and I'll just stand.
I want
there.
some. No, I want someone to appreciate, happy, and joy, and see sunshine and rainbows and
The
butterflies.
difference is like if you are drunk and he's being just a butt, you could just leave. You could be like, I'm not hanging out with you. You're driving me nuts. To where shrooms, you're more just like, he's making me upset.
You
and angry,
overtake
and you-
my high.
Instead of being like, I'm angry at him, I need to walk away. You're like, I'm angry at him, and now I'm really angry. You know, there's no like, you're not able.
There's
to
no
shut
escape
off.
of it.
You don't have like the brakes. You don't have the brakes to be like, pump the brakes. He's upsetting you. Walk away.
It's a
You
true
just
lock-in.
get more and more upset. It's like what serial killers have. They don't have the chemical in their brains to calm them down. It's like when they get angry, they don't have the chemical to release to like tell them chill. So then they just keep getting angrier and angrier and angrier, and then they beat the living tar out of someone and murder them, and then they don't have the brakes.
Not enough serotonin.
Yep. Didn't get cuddled enough as a kid.
No.
Too much.
Depends on the coupling.
Different type of cuddling at that point. It's cuddled too much. It's that soaking cuddling.
Soaking cuddling. Yeah, it's.
I didn't have sex with my kid. I soaked him.
I soaked him.
Gross.
Now you're gonna use that.
Now I'm gonna get arrested.
Right
Yeah.
there.
I work in child welfare, and I made that joke. Great. Yay me.
Good thing no one's watching. All right.
How popular is it? No.
It's not popular, but it's actually grown in popularity since you got on the show quite a bit for the YouTube channel.
Huh.
And downloads. So
Anybody from my job? No. I'm just-
viewership's up 50%.
Wow, there you go.
From I did a year of the show before. Was off for several months.
The winner here.
It seems like him. People probably also like the fact that like it's on one screen.
Well, and the fact that you get numerous. Well, you had what? What's?
I had several guests before him.
Well, you're.
But Lowell only wanted a 40-minute episode. Like, he didn't want to go over 40.
But he hasn't done it in a very long time. Like, he was your number one.
He was the co-host. But he's so fucking popular now. Him and iHeartRadio. He's got his show. Plus, he does shit with the NFL now that has their iHeartRadio stuff, which I was super proud of. Lowell called me. He's like, hey, I'm having an issue with a Rodecaster Pro. He's like, Roger Goodell can't hear the other person talk to him. What's going on with that? I was like, oh, let me go into the settings real quick. Is it this? Is it this? He goes, okay, so he's like, this is not clicked here. I was like, okay, so click that so he can hear the feedback. Oh, okay. Bam. So if anyone in iHeartRadio just like, hey,
Shout out, right? Tag him on Twitter. Hey.
Roger Goodell, the reason you can hear that person from another area
right.
is because of Michael Meyer. Because Lowell works for iHeartRadio. We did the show, and then he made his show Prodigy right after our show. Now he got a promotion for equipment and stuff, so every piece of equipment that goes through iHeartRadio pretty much runs through him.
And what? iHeartRadio is out of what? Tennessee?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta.
iHeartRadio is the number one broadcaster.
No, I knew
Second.
I saw when I was going to Gatlinburg on a family vacation. I knew I saw like the skyscraper. I just didn't know where. I couldn't remember where it was. I didn't know if it was Tennessee or Atlanta. But it was.
The only broadcaster that's higher than iHeartRadio now is NPR, which is National Public Radio. All right. Say goodbye. Goodbye.
All right, if anyone's listening, drop a comment so I can interact with you on YouTube.
You send me shit on Twitter. We don't follow each other on Twitter.
I need to get on my social media game.
Wow.
Way
to be that guy.
So hit it up at OnCallPod on Twitter or at OnCallPod on Facebook. Like and subscribe. Or at Satanic Buddhist on Twitter for my Twitter now. I switched it from Michael Meyer because I'm sick of spelling my last name. Satanic Buddhist, as the dictionary says. And Matt Detweiler, who's he's not on anything.
I'm just here.
He's just here. He'll probably be back again though if he likes it and has fun. We'll make a little round table. Who knows? We'll just pick on him for those fucking lame-ass football takes.
Wow.
And not liking food.
Wait till I win. First time playing fantasy football, 4-0. Leading the league, 750 buyout. Or payout. So, right now, number one, 4-0.
Good for you.
Beginner's luck. Could be, I don't know. Skill, who knows?
What's today? So, we're 1 week away.
Do you have Cordarrelle Patterson by chance? No. I was like, that's not gonna last.
It's not even very. It's just a bullshit.
Dude played 27% of snaps last week at 3 scores.
There was 1 week, and this is luck. This is when it comes down to luck, and I know we're gonna leave, but
go ahead.
I got the Giants quarterback, and our Giants kicker, and he got me 20 points 1 week.
There you go.
20 points. Talk about rookie campaign here.
Gano
got
Graham
me 20
Gano,
points.
I fucking dropped him that year. that week we were talking about it.
20 points.
Yeah. Luck of the draw. I'm worried about this dynasty league. That shit's legit.
That's why I took kicker and defense out of it.
Like you should have picked up Tony because
Adam.
he will be.
Dude, there's no one on the projected list that has like more than 7 points.
You want someone trade for him. That's kind of
That's the only way to get it, yeah.
Or
Because
hope there's 6 injuries.
What's your guys' bench with that? Like
Heavy.
It's a lot. It's deep.
I think it's 10 bench spots.
Yeah. So
And then 3
2
IR
flex
spots, 3 taxi squad spots.
So 3 in the practice squad, 3 in the IR,
yeah, you can
10
get
bench,
so many-
2 flex. So like
Like in our league, we still got like James. I think Jameis Winston's out there.
There's a couple quarterbacks just because
Heineke's
people are
still
hanging
out
out.
that's
there.
that's it. They don't count.
You only play one of them.
What is Heineke? Or am I saying
Heineke's probably he's on the bench.
Yeah.
He's off. He's not. No one's picked him up.
He's still in. I think he's active.
There's only one quarterback
in
spot in our
you only
league.
play 1 QB. But you play 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flex. So like running backs and wide receivers, they're all
But
picked
we
up.
don't play 2 flex. We only got 1 flex. So that's almost like a
It's kind of a wash.
yeah. It's almost a wash there.
But 2 QBs, man, that's a lot of points. And
Yeah.
you press your way more than we
Tom
do.
Brady got me 10 last
Well, 2
week versus
QBs
the
would be a
Patriots.
mess in a dynasty league.
If you picked right, but how quick?
Anything more than 10.
Well, I mean, you get teams that would not have enough quarterbacks. Because like
Yeah.
eventually someone has 4.
2 in a bench, so
People
3
grab
per.
keys and
Who
stuff.
do you grab first though? With a 2 quarterback league.
You get
Because you
quarterback.
still need good receivers, good
A
running
2
backs.
quarterback league, I'm still
Because
taking a running back
How many
first.
points for a touchdown?
Exactly, a running back first.
How many points
so-
for a touchdown passing? Is it 4? Or is it 6?
If it's 6,
If
I'm
it's 6, you
taking a quarterback.
You take a quarterback right away.
Mahomes is number 1 in a 6 point.
Yeah.
Or Brady.
I took Mahomes.
Or Rodgers.
I took Mahomes in the 2nd round of a draft because it was a 6-point passing. It was 1 quarterback, but 6-point passing touchdowns.
Ours is 4, so a running back like McCaffrey
Right.
or anyone in a PPR league, you focus on a running back that can catch like Dalvin Cook, McCaffrey.
Because I picked last, and I picked
Okay, touchdown
Najee Harris
passes,
and
4
Mahomes my
points.
first 2. Because I was like, I had to get the QB.
Every 25 passing
Okay,
yards
so
is
standard.
1 point.
So then you take your running back first.
Interception thrown is negative
Negative 1.
1. 2-point passing conversion is 2 points. 300 to 399 yards passing per game is 2 points. 400
So you get added?
5.
You get bonus points for
You get
getting.
bonus points.
Ours doesn't even have that, does it?
Every 10 rushing yards is 1 point. Touchdown.
You get bonus for
touchdown
over
rush
100.
is 6 points. 50-plus yard touchdown rush bonus 3.
Holy fuck.
2-point rushing conversion 2.
Definitely running backs.
I don't like your league. Yeah, I don't like your league.
200-plus yard rushing game 5.
Yep, running backs.
This is it's a dumb luck league.
Well,
You
no,
want
'cause
explosive
I
pl- you want explosive players.
well, not
That-
even there. Your quarterback is still number 1, honestly.
Yeah.
I picked Tom Brady, and I'm winning every week.
Right,
I won
but
every week right now.
You
because
really
he's
emphasize on explosive plays.
Yes.
You want guys who get 50-yard touchdowns.
Yep.
You want
An uninjured McCaffrey is gonna blow away that league.
or like Derrick Henry. He gets big plays. Like that makes Derrick Henry worth more because he's the most
Fourth
likely,
quarter, Dick Henry's gonna bust out 25
He's
yard
the
run.
most likely guy to get 200 yards. That was 5 extra points for getting 200 yards rushing. Like you get bonuses for those like heavy workload guys. Like the receivers that catch 50-yard touchdowns become more valuable over the possession
But
receivers
if you don't play your right people,
Yeah, Deshaun probably scored 18 points in your
on
league.
that play.
what did he get? I know someone has him. Let's see what he got.
It was a 75-yard play.
Let's go play us.
But he didn't score though, so it's not a 50-yard touchdown. I don't know if it's a 75-yard play if it's a thing if it has to be a TD.
Good point.
Wide receivers.
Ooh, Tyreek Hill. It's a monster.
Fuck, he probably scored 80 points in that league. 2 of them were over 50.
Cup got 16.
What did Tyreek get last week?
Cup got 16.
16
No,
points
I
in
want
our league.
Tyreek Hill last week.
Metcalf got 26.
Tyreek
So
Hill
he
last week.
got- So what?
Yeah, that's
what
a
did-
good.
So what did he get?
Who's got Tyreek in your league?
He had 6
So in standard leagues, Tyreek had what, 37 or 42?
Like a lot. I don't know. He had 11 for 189, so that's 29.93 scores. 47. So what do you have?
So he had 5
Yes.
for 5, 98 yards with 2 touchdowns, and he got 26 points.
What about Tyreek last week?
Yeah.
Because he had 47 in PPR leagues. In this league, he probably had like 60.
Let's see what Tyreek Hill got last week.
He had to have got like 60 in this league because he got 47 in PPR leagues.
Philly, 47.
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, got 47. He was 11 for 12, 11 receptions for 12 targets, 186 with 3 touchdowns, and he got 47.
Yeah, so you didn't get any bonuses for 50 yards or over 100 yards receiving
There's
or anything like
multiple over 50. He had one that was like 65
They
yards.
rated out 47.
Huh.
I'll show it to you.
that? Maybe receivers don't get the bonuses, are only rushing 50-yard plus.
And who was
Then
the
I-
other
then I would really
receiver?
bet on
Who was
this.
the wide receiver we were looking at?
Tyreek Hill.
That was Tyreek. I thought that he was going to get
What did
bonuses.
Saquon get last week then? Like, here's a running back who got the 56-yard touchdown to end the
I
game.
have Saquon Barkley.
What did he get last week?
He tore it up. Thank God for Daniel Jones and fucking Saquon Barkley. They helped me out last week.
No one in New York has said that.
In fantasy, they helped me out. Saquon, Jones got me 30-something, 32 points, and Saquon.
See, okay, so
and
quarterback
Saquon
is
Barkley
skewed
got
in that
me.
one too because he only got 24 or
Because
something in
he
ours.
said if you get over
And
300
Saquon
yards
Barkley got
passing,
me,
you
I
get
think,
a
like
bonus.
20.
Oh,
29
what did
in
he
their
get for
overtime.
400 too? Because he threw for like 425 last week.
And you get
let me
bonuses both times.
Let me look it up, though. Here we go.
So if it was 2 and 5, that's 7 extra points.
Yes. Okay, so Daniel Jones got me 32 points.
Jesus Christ,
He was-
Aaron Rodgers numbers.
He was 402 yards,
Yep.
2 touchdowns with an interception. and he
So,
got me
so you want
32
yards. You want like Matt Ryan from like the
And
last couple
then
of years.
Saquon Barkley
Every
ran
year.
Not this year
52
anymore, but-
yards, 2 touchdowns.
Stafford on the Lions. Like
The
Kurt,
li-
Kurt
Now-
Warner on the Cardinals. You want guys who are just chucking it.
Now Najee Harris got me 20 points too that week too, and he was,
Because he gets a billion catches.
but he was 15 attempts on.
Is yours PPR 1 or half? 1 point per catch or half a point per catch?
or
I
0.
have to look it back up.
Is that what got Tyreek to 47 is they didn't do PPR or something?
What is it? What do you have?
Point per reception.
Yeah,
Point per reception.
yeah.
You get any points for
That would
reception?
make sense then because 10 points off then.
That makes all right. So if it's not PPR and you get all the bonuses for 200 yards and big bonuses, that's just the
Kind of a
draft
wash of
Derrick
ex-
Henry.
Yeah,
Because you don't get
explosions.
punished for the PPR, and you get the bonus for him being just a heavy volume.
Kicking,
All right, well,
miscellaneous,
I probably need to
receiving.
head off.
Yeah,
here, 'cause
I'm with you.
it's almost tomorrow.
What do you project the Rams? Where are they going to finish? Because they've looked legit for pretty much every game.
13 and 4.
Where do they
We only
finish
get
the
a
season?
point for every 25 yards of passing.
That's normal. It's usually 30 to 1.
13 and 4. What do you mean? Before I finish.
NFC Championship, Super Bowl.
Oh,
I think they're losing the championship. I don't even know who's going to beat them. Yep, I don't know who's going to beat them. I think they're
lose
going to
the
be.
divisional round. They
Oh,
don't make
even
it to the
lower.
NFC Championship.
They think it's going to be
I
too
was
hurt and beat up.
I was thinking wild card.
Not at 13 and 4. They won't even play in the wild card game.
Yeah, I think
They're going to win the NFC West
Yeah,
at
they won't be
13 and
wild
4.
cards.
It's still early though.
Well, no, they won't.
Will they make it to 13?
Who's going to beat? Oh, the
And it
Cardinals.
depends- and it
You're right.
depends on what the record is.
Yeah, I
you
think.
could have a undefeated.
And see, I think the same game in the playoffs, the Seahawks win. If that happened.
With no dislocated finger.
Yeah, with Russ. Like, I just think that
I
Russ
don't
threw
get
the ball
why he didn't go back into the game. It must have been a bad dislocation on that
because it's
finger.
week 5. And his
Yeah.
That's
finger's
true,
not
Joe.
attached to his
Same
hand anymore.
reason, same reason Gronk didn't play versus the Patriots, right? What a minor shoulder
Oh.
injury.
Well, shit. You know what? I'm sorry.
We
This
could be on here for hours.
I just keep. Yeah, we just keep on doing it. This has been the On Call podcast. You know what? This has been fucking fun. You might be back next week. Think of some topics. I'm not the only one doing everything. I got all the tech. I got all the lights, all the mics. Get in the fucking game, guys. Everybody said bye. Seahawks lose to the Rams. The Rams cover. I'll see you guys next week. We'll have our picks. I'm ready for another 14-2 week, and then just to blow the fucking doors off of Zach. Matt's probably gonna be
16-0.
Next week,
Matt's gonna be 3-13, like the Bears in
Next week
21.
would be a great week for you to be here because it's the Bucks
Hey,
versus the Eagles. On
so I get to hear about him stroking Tom's dick for 3 hours.
What? Bucks are winning anyways. Eagles, come on.
Thanks for listening.
This has been the
to
On-Call
On-Call
Pod.
Podcast. Check us out on Twitter at OnCallPod. Interested in being a sponsor or want to be on the show? Drop us an email at oncallpod@gmail.com. For more info, go to oncallpod.com.